to Indiana High School football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, McGrath Refrigeration, Farm Fertilizers, Web Printing, and JT Shirt Shack, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Kankakee Valley REMC, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Keener Construction, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Sideline Automotive, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, LAP Waste, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan is next.
Takes the snappy hands off the Brown up the middle. Who's going to break away? He's got a lot of room to the 10, the 5, touchdown!
5 Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5 Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5 Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
He's going to cross the 40 to the 35-30. He's going to get the first down and more. Up the middle. He breaks away. He took it back. Oh, my goodness. Takes the snap. He throws out to the right side to number 12, who catches it. Touchdown.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of KVB's WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, it's a Hoosier North Athletic Conference battle as the South Central Satellites host the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays underneath the Friday night lights. This is Indiana High School football. With us tonight, down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information, Chris McGowan. Hey, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is KVB's WKVI Sports. Welcome you to the launch pad. T-minus 27 minutes until liftoff for Week 3 of the Indiana High School football season from Union Mills, Indiana. 4-6-3-8-2. We are back for more, set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com as we get ready for our third football broadcast of the season. We have talked with both head coaches of the South Central Satellites, Buzz Schoaf, and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, Brett Lambert, during several practices. And on the Saturday Sports Line, of course, the Satellites have joined the Hoosier North Athletic Conference and open up conference play tonight. Head coach Buzz Schoaf told us several weeks ago he is very, very excited to be part of the HNAC. When we look at the Satellites, head coach Schoaf is in his 8th season as the man in charge. The Satellites started their season off against Bowman Academy and won big time, 48-14. It was quite a night for the Satellites. Last week, they hosted Boone Grove and fell short. A tough one, 30-6 was the final. They come into Week 3 now against the number 1 ranked team in 1A, hoping to spoil some Blue Jay fun. Looking at stats for the Satellites, they are led by senior quarterback Clayton Strow. He has thrown the ball for 72 yards on 7 for 20 passing attempts with 1 passing touchdown up to this point. He also leads the team on the ground, averaging 7.9 yards per carry with a total of 140 yards coming into tonight on 18 carries with 4 rushing touchdowns. Right behind him in the rushing department is Dylan Shively. He has rushed the ball 17 times for 78 yards, averaging just under 5 yards per carry. And in the receiving category, Brad Bashinsky leads the team in receiving yards with 29 on 2 receptions. Another target Strow likes is Carter Holmquist, who has 24 receiving yards on 2 receptions coming into this matchup as well. With us tonight, breaking things down and analyzing play from the field, we are honored to have sports analyst Chris McGowan back for more. Chris, how are things looking down below?
Oh, the temperature's great. The wind's a little crazy, but as far as field conditions, the field's in excellent shape. Both these teams are going to have to traverse this crosswind, though, here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and we know the Satellites like to get the pigskin in the air. Chris, is it too windy from your estimation to maybe get some passes off cleanly?
It's not that windy, but it could have an effect. I'm more worried about the punting aspect of everything when you get that ball up into the wind. But a nice tight spiral, you should be able to cut through this wind pretty easy.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see what happens as, like we said, it is a little windy here in Union Mills. They do like to throw the ball, and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, they like to pound it down your throat. So we'll see what happens here. But, we talk about and turn the page, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays as the away team tonight, Chris. Head coach Brett Lambert is in his 6th season leading the Blue Jays. In Week 1, we saw them host their historic cross-county rival, the Knox Redskins, and win big time, 42-21. What a game it was. If you didn't hear it on WKVI, you really missed out. Shame on you. But last week, Chris got front row access on the sideline and kept us informed on another huge win for the Jays over LaVille, 32-8 as they come into their first conference matchup of the year, undefeated at 2-0. Looking at stats for the Jays, they are led by senior running back Cole Wilcox. He already has 406 yards on the ground coming into tonight with an average of 14.4 yards per carry. He leads the team with rushing touchdowns as he has 6 total coming into tonight. Right behind him in the rushing department is fullback Brock Benson. He has a total of 193 yards on the ground with an average of 5.6 yards per carry and has 2 touchdowns of his own up to this point. The quarterback is senior Josiah McDaniel. He is 8 for 14 on passing attempts with 165 yards thrown through the air. He has 1 interception and is still looking for that first passing TD to add to his resume in his senior season. In the receiving category, Wilcox also leads the team with 52 receiving yards, averaging 17.3 yards per completion, and that is just on 3 completed targets for Cole Wilcox. Chris, you have had the pleasure of seeing the Jays up close and personal through the first 2 weeks. You said they have become accustomed to you being on the sideline with them. From your eyes, what are you seeing from the Jays up to this point?
A team that, like you said, just likes to pound the football. So tonight I expect the same from them. We'll talk about the keys to the game later, but last week North Judson got off to a great start. They took the opening kickoff, 68 yards, 12 plays, punched it in. Then things kind of slowed down for them. But like I said, we'll talk about the keys to the game tonight for the Jays here in a little bit. But again, just a team that's very physical and flies around on defense. So very well deserving that number 1 ranking in the state.
Yeah, you heard head coach Buzz Schoaf in the NEPCO Crane and Equipment Services practice report yesterday on social media. He said, hey, Satellite Nation, we need you there. Worst case scenario, you get to see the number 1 ranked team in the state play. Best case scenario, you get to see the Satellites spoil the number 1 ranked team in the state. Quite impressive words there from Coach Schoaf, Chris.
Yeah, it is, and not very often you get to have the number 1 team in the state of Indiana come to your home field. So Buzz Schoaf is exactly right. It's the best of both worlds.
Well, we are expecting an amazing evening of IHSAA Week 3 football action as we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show. Taste the feeling. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you, Mr. John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. No injuries to report tonight, as that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned. We will hear from head coach Buzz Schoaf and Brett Lambert after the break in the KVB Coaches Corner. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This is Buzz Schoaf, head coach of the South Central Satellites. Stay tuned for more satellite football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
It's time to hear from the coaches in the KVB Coaches Corner. Here's Mitch Columbi.
I'm here with head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, 2-0 coming into tonight. It's week 3, coach. First time you'll be playing the Satellites that I know of as a conference foe. You're stepping into the Hoosier North Athletic Conference battles now the next few weeks. What do you know about the Satellites you've been preparing for?
I think I said earlier in the week, Buzz has been there a while, so he's got his system in place. They will throw the ball around. I think they got some discipline on defense and what they do, and I think, he's a good enough defensive coach. He's going to mix some things up on on us. So, in a game like this, we're definitely the favorite, as we should be, being number one. So as in our position, you just need to expect the unexpected.
What would be something you want to see on the first drive of this game right here, right now?
Oh, I want to take the ball right at him, and I want to get in the end zone. And I want to do that every game. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. I want to see us be crisp tonight. I want to see, a penalty-free or at least a low penalty game from us. And I want to see intensity because, we've had Knox and LaVille the last 2 weeks, which, have been big games over the years. But to me, every game is a big game, especially on when you got the opportunity to play on a Friday night. You got to treat it well. And, if we're serious about being a state title contender, we need to bring it every night and get better.
Message to Blue Jay Nation here and at home.
Hey, just be as loud as you can be. I don't see a whole lot of bleacher space there, so you might have to get a little tight in there like sardines. But let's be loud and let's be proud of the team we have, and let's try to cheer us on to a big victory tonight.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck.
Hey, thank you so much.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Okay, I am here with head coach of the South Central Satellites, Buzz Schoaf, getting ready for Week 3 against the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. What are the final preparations, Coach?
Well, we just got to remember that a football game is 48 minutes long, and just do what you were taught to do, and you'll be just fine. It looks like it's going to be a nice, cool night for us. So you hope that the cramping and the overheating shouldn't be a factor in this. So give them everything that you got every play, and let's just see what happens at the end of this thing.
What do you want to see first drive out onto the field?
We just got to sustain the drive. We just got to, we can't have quick drives where it's just 3 and out. We got to drive down the field, control the football, because the clock has got to be on our side, and then just stop them, keep them from making the big play. If they sustain drives and they drive down the field 80 yards, that's okay. That's what good teams are able to do. But you just got to limit. You can't give them 60 yards of play. You can't give them 30 yards of play. You got to make them earn every point that they score. And likewise, if we control the football, we control the tempo of the game. That gives us the shot that we need in order to be competitive in this game.
Message to Satellite Nation here and at home.
Well, I'm just excited for this opportunity. Again, like I said last night, the number one team's here, so you're going to get to watch good football, so you might as well just come out to Satellite Field and have a good time.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Hey folks, Auto Park Fort LaPorte has got some news for you. We now have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in LaPorte County. So if you're in the market, come and check us out, because right now is the best time to trade in your current vehicle. Not interested in purchasing a vehicle? That's okay. We'll buy yours even if you don't buy ours. Not currently in the market, but your car needs serviced? Come check out our newly renovated service department and let them take care of all your service needs. And remember, we're not just an auto dealer, we're an auto park.
Time now for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park, with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Week 3 Indiana High School football action, what are your keys to the game as a North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay, Chris?
Well, Coach Lambert hit the nail right on the head. He wants to clean things up. Last week, North Judson had too many penalties and too many turnovers. So just come out and do what you do. Get off to that quick start like they did last week, but then maintain that quick start and not shoot themselves in the old proverbial foot.
All right, flip sides. You are the South Central Satellites. What are your Auto Park keys to the game, Chris?
Offensively, you got to sustain drives. You can't have penalties, costly penalties. You got to stay ahead of the chains. This North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay defense is going to bring it. And defensively, again, like Coach Schoaf said, you got to make North Judson drive the football and eat the clock if you want to stay in this game. You can't give up the big plays. On a side note, I do want to say that the wind has kind of switched. It's more out of the north now, so blowing north to south. It still crosses every once in a while, but the wind has switched and it has picked up. So it may play some havoc here tonight with the ball in the air.
That's our keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in the Port, Plymouth, and Bremen. The Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our LAP Waste starting lineups are next.
This is Brett Lambert, head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Stay tuned for more Blue Jay football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. Give McGrath Refrigeration, your local Armstrong dealer, a call today at 574-772-3575. That's 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
It's time for the LAP Waste starting lineups.
For the Satellites of Union Mills, Indiana. On offense, starting at quarterback is Clayton Stroud. The tailback is Dylan Shively. The halfback is Clay Sinney. Starting wide receivers are Brad Mashinsky, Carter Holmquist, and Cameron Schultz. In the trenches on the O-line for the Satellites are Braden Lautenbach and Colt Snyder at the tackle positions. Cooper Nealon and Cole Freeman are the guards, and Jacob Saunders in the middle. At the center position on defense for the Satellites, starting cornerbacks are Rylan Rondo and Cameron Schultz. Starting safeties tonight are Brad Mashinsky and Trent Martin. Starting linebackers are Clayton Stroud, Cole Freeman, and Clay Sinney. On the D-line for the Satellites, we will see Colt Snyder and Braden Lautenbach as the defensive ends. Connor Elliott is the defensive tackle, and Anthony Rimkus is the nose. On offense for the Blue Jays of North Judson-San Pierre, starting tonight at quarterback, we will see Josiah McDaniel. Starting running backs tonight are Cole Wilcox and Grayson McDaniel. Starting fullback is Brock Benson. Starting wide receivers will be Braden Staten and Trey McGowan. Now for the big men up front, Caden Johnson and Tegan Hampton start at the tackle positions. CJ Sanchez and Harley Box will be the guards, and Cole Kozakar in the middle at the center position. On defense for the Blue Jays, starting safeties will be Josiah McDaniel and Aiden Christensen. Starting quarterbacks will be Logan Bradke and Ethan Hack. Starting linebackers are Cole Wilcox, Brock Benson, Trey McGowan, and Grayson McDaniel. And on the defensive line, getting after it is Cole Kozakar as the nose, with Caden Johnson and CJ Sanchez as the defensive ends. That is our LAP Waste starting lineups, as we will be back to get set for kickoff. Hey, you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This is Buzz Schoaf, head coach of the South Central Satellites. Stay tuned for more satellite football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
One of our hometown businesses here in our area in Monterey, it's LAP Waste.
Being able to recycle is one of our main goals at LAP Waste. Being able to say that we only take about 8% of our trash to the dump is pretty impressive for us, and we hope to keep building on that.
We service an 80-mile circle from Monterey. If you have a small job, big job, or just have a one-time, we are here to make a difference in this area.
And that phone number, Kirby?
574-542-4019.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know that when agriculture thrives, we all do. It's the heart and grit of our agricultural communities that keep the crops coming in and the livestock cared for day and night. That's why we build financial solutions around the needs and schedules of our ag clients. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at Knox, North Judson, and Culver. If you're looking for a financial partner that has over 135 years experience in understanding and supporting agriculture, I'd like to hear from you. Let's harvest success together. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
The tradition continues with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
From Union Mills, Indiana, welcome to Week 3 of the Indiana High School football season between the South Central Satellites and the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. You can stay up to speed on local high school sports in this area by following us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. You can listen to us on your phone. Just go to one of our social media sites I mentioned and tap the link on our page. We are literally in the palm of your hand. I also wanted to let our listeners know, if you want to watch the game tonight, hit that link in our bio or go to WKVI.com and hit sports. You will be able to watch the game tonight, of course, provided by IHSATV.org. We've plugged in here at South Central, so not only can you hear WKVI, you can view the game today, and I've been told it's free of charge, so go ahead and check that out if you're out and about today and want to see the game as well as hear us. We are proud to let you know the public address announcer tonight at the launch pad is Steve Nedza, Butch Nedza, I should say. Our scoreboard operator is Judd Tolman. He's in the house tonight. The play clock operator is Chad Haschel. Our officials for tonight are Lewis Brown, James Cesar, Jason McCamick, Brad Weaver, and Joe Garnett. Down on the sidelines, getting all the inside information from the field is our sports analyst, Chris McGowan. And like I said, I am Mitch Columbi, proud to be doing the play-by-play as we are set for liftoff from the launch pad in Union Mills, Indiana. We look around our area teams, the Knox Redskins, big-time game on the road tonight, Chris, as they take on Culver Military Academy. The Redskins are 1-1. The Military Academy is 2-0, Chris. What do you think happens in Culver tonight?
Oh, Culver Military, tough place to play. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Culver Military ekes out a close win there.
Well, we want to remind our listeners, you feel free to jump back and forth between KVB's WYMR and WKVI. We've got you covered. WYMR is at that game broadcasting, of course, with the boss, Tony Ross and crew. Shout out to them. We may check out how that game's going on, maybe at halftime. We'll see if we can do a live listen in. But we do remind you, flip back and forth. There is no better sports broadcasting company than KVB, and we're bringing you all the high school access one can desire. Well, Chris, we look around our other area teams. The Winamac Warriors 1-0. They didn't get their game in last week. It didn't get rescheduled against Frontier. They skip a week. Now here in week 3 for their second game, they take on a Pioneer team that's 1-1 right now. What do you think happens in that rivalry matchup at Royal Center, Indiana?
I think Pioneer's going to be a little bit too much for Winamac to handle.
Wow.
If that was at Rowdebush Field, it could go the other way. But again, the pit at Pioneer in Royal Center is a very tough place to come out with a victory.
The Culver Cavaliers are 1-1. We saw them last week. Tough loss to the West Central Trojans. They're on the road against one of their cross-county rivals, the Triton Trojans. On the road, Chris, going to Bourbon, Indiana. They're 1-1 as well. Man, you've said it. You don't like going there. What do you think the Cavs have a chance tonight?
If they take care of the football. I don't know. From what I've been hearing, Triton may have got hit with an injury bug last week, so I don't know if they're going to be at full strength. But again, Triton's always a tough place to play, no matter what their record is or how good they are. So I look for Triton to be able to pull that out tonight.
The West Central Trojans 1-1 on the season are hosting Tri-County, who are also 1-1. Chris, we have a score update already from that game. It's already 7-0. From Kenny Nielsen, 8-0. The Trojans scored at the 4:50 mark in the first quarter. So as of right now, the West Central Trojans are leading against Tri-County. Your thoughts in that matchup?
It's going to come down to whether or not West Central takes care of the football. If they turn the ball over, I don't like their chances at all, but it sounds like they've got off to a good start. As long as they secure the football and don't put it on the turf, I look for West Central to get the victory.
All of that lines us up for our final two area teams that play football, and that's the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays and the South Central Satellites. The Blue Jays entering the field on the south side of the field, all white tops, gold bottoms, and gold helmets. We see the South Central Satellites all red, top to bottom, blue trim, very snazzy with that navy blue helmet. They're ready to go, Chris. They've already been out and ready. The Blue Jays taking every last second on that scoreboard. Man, this is going to be a battle as they will meet in the middle. Now, we've talked to you about this before, Chris. If you're South Central, do you want the ball first or do you want to defer?
If you're South Central, I think you want the ball first.
Now, if you're
to try to eat that clock.
Now flip it if you're the Blue Jays.
I think Coach Lambert would probably like to defer and try to steal an extra possession right before halftime and get the ball to start the second half. But I think if you're South Central, I think you want the ball. If you're North Judson, I think you defer.
Tonight's kickoff is brought to you in part by Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winnemac. We also appreciate them being the sponsor for the Tyler Roth WKVI Athlete of the Week Award given out each week on the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. Big-time shout-out to Harold Welter. We know you're tuning in, Harold. A beautiful evening here in Union Mills, Indiana. You couldn't ask for anything better. The sun is setting behind the trees. We're able to finally see the field here. It's getting very excited. 63 degrees. Little windy, as Chris mentioned a few moments ago. That may come into play. But, man, what a night it could be. And the fact of the matter is, Chris, last year this matchup was not a conference battle. You fast forward a year. Now that it is a conference battle, this kind of changes things up for the foreseeable future.
It sure does. And you're South Central. You got the number one team in the state of Indiana coming to your field for the first conference game in the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Doesn't get much bigger than that.
Yeah, welcome to the HNAC is definitely what the Satellites are probably thinking tonight. But, man, you think about it, for the next several years, this matchup is definitely going to happen. And these two teams being our area schools, you better believe we're going to cover these two teams, as none of our other area schools are actually playing anyone else in our area. So we had to be here. We're so excited to see this matchup between the Satellites, and like we've talked before, Chris, and head coach Brett Lambert mentioned it, there's going to be some things the Blue Jays haven't seen. They saw that last year against South Central, and, Brett Lambert was the first one to tell me before we started that pregame interview. He said, they were hanging with us there for that first half. So the Satellites have some athletes. They've got some guys coming back. We mentioned that earlier, stats-wise, Clayton Stroud being one of them. Dylan Shively also doing very well. So it's not that the Satellites don't have the athletes. It's just the Blue Jays are coming in heavily favored right now. So it'll be a very interesting matchup as they're shaking in the middle. What did you see, Chris?
Well, I was wrong. North Judson won the toss and elected to receive.
Wow. So they want the ball first, and that is what will happen here in Week 3 from the launch pad in Union Mills. We are set for liftoff into orbit, Chris and I. We so love coming to South Central because I get to say that every time we come to a ball game. The South Central Satellites. They're going to take the field along with the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays doing the kicking duties for the South Central Satellites is Tommaso Dembelli, which correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, Buzz had told us in that first Saturday Sports Line of the year they've got a kicker, they've got a leg, and this must be the guy.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say that in that first Saturday Sports Line. He was talking about how they were able to get a kicker. So if you're North Judson, though, expect the unexpected. make sure the ball's kicked deep here on this opening kickoff.
Yeah, we were here in practice yesterday. We saw Tommaso hit 25 yards out, no problem. He had the leg from 30. It was just a little bit windy, so it pushed it left. So Coach Buzz Schoaf is exactly right, as he is set to deliver this one deep. To return are the Blue Jays, as we have liftoff here from Union Mills, Indiana. Deep kick back to about the 9-yard line. It's picked up. It looks like Josiah McDaniel breaking away to the 40, now to the 45 to the 50, now to the 45 to the 40, 35 to the 30, 25 to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to take it to the house. Josiah McDaniel returned it from about the 5 to 10-yard line range, Chris. In front of you, what'd you see?
Yeah, just the North Judson doing a very good job with that middle wedge, and just it parted like the Red Sea, and Josiah McDaniel knew exactly what to do with it. I think that goes for about a 91, 92-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Wow. From the 7 or 8 yard line, Josiah McDaniel takes it to the house, and the Blue Jays are going to line to kick this extra point. We haven't seen the Blue Jays kick up to this point yet, Chris. The snap, the hold, the kick is up away, and he missed it low and to the left.
No, we haven't, and again, that was low and wide to the left, so I would imagine North Judson probably will go for 2 from here on out.
So stays 6-0 here early on. Big time shout out to my good friend Matt Ketchum tuning in all the way from Indianapolis. Also my family from Alaska, they tuned in on vacation. We appreciate them being able to hear us all the way from Alaska. You can hear us around the world, baby, and I love it. The South Central Satellites got punched in the mouth right off the bat, Chris. The Blue Jays didn't even have an offensive possession.
Exactly, and we talked about limiting North Judson those big plays, and they take the opening kickoff and take it to the house. So not a very good start for the Satellites.
You see head coach Buzz Schoaf talking with his offense right now, getting ready for this drive. This is a very important drive if you're the South Central Satellites, I assume, Chris.
Well, yeah, you don't have to necessarily come away with points, but you can't go 3 and out. That's for sure. If you're South Central, you got to get a couple first downs, try to flip the field position, but coming away with points here is not mandatory. But again, the one thing you cannot do is go 3 and out.
So set to kick for the Blue Jays is Logan Pradke. We've seen him kick in week 1. Chris saw him last week in that big win over LaVille. Deep to return for the Satellites. As here is the kick from Pradke. It's going to be picked up at the 22, and he's wrapped up immediately at the 25. That was number 24 on the return, Brad Bashinsky, the senior, and that's where the Satellites will start with the ball. 6-0, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead as they take the opening kickoff to the house for the first touchdown of this game. Only 20 seconds have ticked off so far in the first quarter. 11:40 to go here in the first. First time we'll see. No, go ahead.
I was going to say it was Brody Bridegroom on the stop for the Jays on that kickoff.
We keep calling his name as time goes on. He's coming into his own here as a junior. So here we go from the 26-yard line. Clayton Stroud from shotgun. Ooh, and they draw the Blue Jays offside. Several flags. Little antsy there. So this will move the ball forward. They'll re-spot it. And these are kind of the things you were talking about in the pregame, Chris. Cleaning things up for the Blue Jays, the little minuscule things that add up in the long run. So now from the 31, Clayton Stroud looks to the sideline, gets the call. He's got a receiver out to the left, twins to the right from shotgun. Stroud takes the snap, hands off up the middle, wrapped up maybe a yard at the 31.5 to the 32.
Yeah, big C.J. Sanchez from his defensive tackle position there, doing a good job of getting in the hip pocket of the pulling guard, and brought him down for no gain.
So 2nd and 5 for the Satellites. Stroud takes the snap, pulls the handoff, slings it to the right. He's going to break a tackle and get the first down, and now we have whistles. He must have went out of bounds on the far sideline.
I think they blew the whistle to signify that his forward progress had stopped, so it's going to be 3rd and long for the Satellites.
So 3rd and 2 here. They gain 3 yards on that play. A nice little route from Stroud as he will step back up from shotgun. Ooh, almost drew him off sides again. This time he's going to keep it himself up the right side, trying to get the first. They'll pull him back to the 35. I don't know if he got the first down or not. And it is.
Yeah, just enough there to get the first down. So, again, South Central not going 3 and out, aided by that 5-yard penalty on first down by North Judson.
So the Satellites a fresh set of downs. Ball spotted on their own 37-yard line. 10:40 to go here in the opening quarter. We're so glad you've joined us here on WKVI. Clayton Stroud from shotgun takes the snap, pulls the handoff nicely, breaks the first tackle, took the second tackle. That was number 71 for the Blue Jays. Caden Johnson, the junior, on the tackle. Maybe 2 yards, a yard on the carry is what they're saying. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, just a jet sweep read right there by the Satellites. Stroud doing a good job of reading the play side linebacker and pulling the ball there for 2 yards.
From the 39, 2nd and 9. Stroud takes the snap, flags fly. 6-0 is the score. The Blue Jays lead here. This is the opening drive for the Satellites. Mitch Columby along with Chris McGowan down on the sidelines doing color commentary.
Yeah, false start there by the Satellites. That's going to back them up 5. So 2nd and 8 now becomes 2nd and 13.
Costly penalties as this pushes the Satellites back. From their own 34. Stroud from shotgun takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw. Here comes the Blue Jays. He's going to have to throw it away. He does find a man at the 32, pushes his way forward to the 35, but that is behind the line of scrimmage, and I believe they will lose some yardage here.
Yeah, tried to set up a middle screen there, and there's a penalty flag on the far side of the field. I didn't see what the penalty was.
Stroud, a left-handed quarterback. We talked with head coach Buzz Schoaf last night. You know, normally Buzz has said he was used to coaching a right-handed quarterback. When it comes to left-handed quarterbacks, you've got to flip all the plays. Kind of an interesting scenario.
Yeah, that flag was a sideline warning on North Judson. So 3rd and 12 here for the Satellites.
Here we go. From shotgun, Stroud steps back, looks to throw, fires, intercepted by the Blue Jays at the 45. He retreats back to the 35, flags fly to the 20, to the 15, 10, and he's knocked out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is. Did you see anything trailing there, Chris?
Yeah, I think they're going to get Trey McGowan with a hold there. He got his hands outside the shoulder pads trying to make a block. But again, interception there by North Judson. The interception will stand. Just going to be a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul.
So they will reset, bringing the ball back. It looks like
it'll be North Judson football. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 50-yard line.
So the interception will stand. I didn't see who got that interception. Was it number 33?
Yes, it was. Christensen.
Aiden Christensen, the sophomore, also the backup quarterback. So he picks up an interception there off Clayton Stroud. It spots the ball on the Satellites' 48-yard line, and that's where the Blue Jays will take over. This is their first offensive possession of tonight. They lead 6-0. 9:16 to go in the opening quarter. Josiah McDaniel from shotgun. Brock Benson to his right. Sets Cole Wilcox in motion. Takes the snap. Hands off up the middle. Brock Benson breaks the tackle at the 45, now to the 40. Breaks another tackle, now to the 35. Still on his feet. The third tackle brought him down to the 31-yard line. A huge Brock Benson run there, Chris.
Yeah, just a triple option right there, and South Central is going to have to figure out how to take away option number one, which is the fullback. Anytime you play a triple option team, you have to be able to stop option one. If you don't stop option one, it's going to be a long night.
We talked about Brock Benson in the Coca-Cola pregame show. Right behind Cole Wilcox as the team's leading rusher, and we've also brought this up before, Chris. He is on pace to potentially break that all-time rushing record that was broke 2 years ago by Cheyenne Allen. 1st and 10 from the Satellites 31. Takes the snap, hands off. Brock Benson up the left side this time, and he's brought down at about the 24-yard line, so he keeps trucking along.
I like that play call by the Blue Jays. It looked like it was going to be triple option again because the play looked exactly the same as the first play, but they ran a little counter action there, a little trap with Brock Benson going to the left, to the weak side of the formation.
2nd and 3 for the Jays. The Satellites set to go on defense.
Yeah, back to your Brock Benson becoming the all-time leading rusher. I think to start the season, I think he was a little over 1,000 yards away. So very, very feasible.
Under center this time, takes the snap, pulls the handoff from Benson. Toss out, that's number 21. Breaks the first tackle. No, he's still on his feet. They wrap him up, and they finally bring him out at about the 10-yard line. Number 21, that is Grayson McDaniel, the junior.
Yeah, last week we saw him get a little bit more involved in the offense by carrying the ball. I tell you what, he's a big, strong kid with some speed. So, becoming a part of that four-headed monster in the backfield for North Judson.
Brings up 1st and goal here for the Blue Jays, knocking on the door for yet another touchdown. They lead 6-0. Under center. Sets McDaniel in motion. It's a toss out. Cole Wilcox. Here he comes around the edge of the 10. Cuts up to the 5. Now he's brought down big time at the 4-yard line. That was a nice tackle there. It looked like that was number 28 for the Satellites, Trenton Martin, 5'5", 120.
That was Clayton Stroud, the quarterback, who made that play.
So Clayton Stroud, the quarterback, the senior, he picked Cole Wilcox up and slammed him on the ground like a WWE wrestling move.
With a pickup of about 7 yards there on first down, so it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ball spotted
just outside the 3.
Yeah, right on the right hash in front of Chris McGowan. I formation here from the Blue Jays. McDaniel under center. Brock Benson behind him. Cole Wilcox behind Brock. And they hand off to Cole Wilcox. He gets the touchdown. 6 more points on the board. It's 12-0. 6:50 to go here in the first.
Yeah, North Judson going end over there. A little unbalanced action. Just a base ISO. Again, just you have to line up and try to stop that if you're South Central. But I tell you what, Cole Kozakar at the center position drove his guy through the back of the end zone.
Going for 2 are the Blue Jays. I formation yet again. McDaniel, Cole Wilcox. He's going to get the 2-point conversion very easily. So now it's 14-0. They get back that extra point they missed earlier. So now a 2-touchdown lead for the Blue Jays here early on. And if you're the South Central Satellites, Chris, no time to panic. You got to stay strong here.
All right, now might be the time where, hey, on this drive you have to come away with some points or this game's going to get out of hand real fast. But North Judson there on that 2-point conversion ran the same play, just the opposite direction. Lined up in the same formation, again, just the opposite way. So end over, unbalanced ISO right down your throat.
Score update from the Winamac versus Pioneer matchup. Chris, 14-0 with 9 minutes left in the first half. Pioneer is leading Winamac. It looks like you had a good idea about how that game would shake out early on. Also from West Central, they, of course, are taking on Tri-County tonight. They are leading 8-0 over Tri-County. That was, 16-0. They scored yet again. That was the last update we had. The Trojans looking good off their win last week, Chris.
Yeah, again, West Central just going to come down, like I said in the pregame, it comes down to them being able to handle the football. If they put the ball on the turf, they have a tendency at times to fumble the ball quite a bit, running that triple option, and that's one of the things that when you run the triple option that you have to live with is putting the ball on the field. But again, as long as West Central takes care of the football, I look for them to take care of business tonight rather easily.
Logan Pradke set to kick this one away. Deep to return are the Satellites. They kick to, it looks like, number 33 of the Satellites, and he gets ran over at about the 23-yard line. Did you catch the number on that?
Yeah, that was Rylan Rondo, number 32.
32.
And again, Brody Bridegroom making the play on the kickoff team for North Judson.
And he's got a nose for the ball, and he's quite the athlete. Score update from that Knox matchup in Culver as they are taking on the Military Academy. Culver scored off a turnover early, leading 6-0, but the Redskins come back, Chris, and they take the lead off a 2-point conversion, 8-6, with 5:12 to go in the first quarter. You can catch that game on our other station, KVB's WYMR, with the boss, Tony Ross, on Max 98.3 FM. But back in our game, 14-0, 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. The Satellites take the snap from their own 21, up the middle, and not much at all, if anything, gained.
Yeah, that Knox Culver Military game may come down to who has the ball last. I tell you what, Andy Durrell over at CMA has been around a long time. He's the all-time winningest coach there in Culver Military Academy history. The ball last.
Yeah, Andy Dorrell, quite a pedigree over there at CMA, and going up against Russ Radke, who has quite the pedigree as well. So an interesting matchup there. Two big-time coaches. As back in our game, steps back, looks to throw. Clayton Stroud, and he overthrew his intended target. It looks like that was number 30, Clay Sinney. But no, incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10 right off the bat, Chris.
Yeah, Coach McGowan, the defensive coordinator of North Judson, they're dialing up the blitz. Brought Cole Wilcox through the B gap. They got just enough of him, or else Clay Stroud was going to be on his backside, but had enough pressure there to make him overthrow the football.
3rd and 10. Finds his man. That's Carter Holmquist out. Carter Holmquist out to the left side, and he gets about to the 25. And that's where he will be tackled. It's going to bring up 4th down deep in their own territory. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and that's not what you wanted to have happen, exactly what you just said a little earlier, Chris.
Yeah, you had to avoid going 3 and out. But again, North Judson doing a good job of rallying to the ball there. Josiah McDaniel from his safety position coming up and making the open field tackle. But North Judson going to have 2 guys back here with this wind. You can hear it in my microphone.
Snap, hold, punt, clean away, high arcing punt to the 45 on the other side of the field. It will roll to the 34, and the Blue Jays won't touch it. The Satellites will, and that's where the Blue Jays will take over in their side of the field. So now we'll see the Blue Jays trot back out onto the field, and defensively the Satellites are going to have to turn it up here, because I have a feeling the Blue Jays are going to try to score here and try to put this one to bed early.
Yeah, South Central's going to have to figure out a way to make a stop here defensively.
So they will start on their own 34-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Josiah McDaniel has done so well as a senior. You know, he was the starting quarterback as a junior, helped his team get all the way to semi-state last year. He brings that much more experience coming into his senior season. This Blue Jay team has several seniors. You know, they're 3-time regional champions. That's something that has to be brought to the forefront. From the 34, takes the snap, pulls it, keeps it himself up the left side. He's going to get the first down and more to the 45 to the 50, and that's where he's brought down literally to a halt right at the 49-yard line in Satellite territory. A huge first down run.
Yeah, again, triple option there just to the left, and Josiah did a good job of reading the key. Kept it there. On the first triple option, they ran to that side. He ended up pitching it to Grayson McDaniel, but this time they took the pitch back away, and Josiah did a good job of picking up about 20-some yards there.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on KVB's WKVI. From the 50, the Blue Jays have it. It's a toss out to Cole Wilcox up the right side, across the 50, now to the 45, cuts up to the 40, now to the 35 to the 30, 25 to the 20, 15, 10, 5. It's another North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay touchdown, Cole Wilcox.
Yeah, from about 49 yards out there, just that wide toss play that Coach Lambert likes to run. And I tell you what, Cole Wilcox did a good job of making the first guy miss, stiff arming the second guy, and they weren't going to catch him.
And the Blue Jays are going to line to kick the extra point here. They missed their first attempt out off their first touchdown, and now we have whistles and a flag on the inside.
Awfully quick flag. I mean, nobody's, I was going to say.
They're going to wave it off.
Nobody's doing anything for there to be a penalty. Both teams are getting lined up. Well, trigger happy on the flag.
He wanted to do something.
Seriously, what in the world?
To hold the kick low for Logan Pradke. Couldn't get his foot underneath it, so it keeps it 20-0. 4:28 to go here in the first quarter. We have a score update from that Culver Military Academy matchup with our Knox Redskins. CMA scores on a 65-yard run, Chris. Culver Military Academy leads 13-8 now. You're exactly right. That is quite a matchup going on Max 98.3 FM. That's KVB's WYMR. Feel free to flip back and forth. That sounds like a really good game right now. But in our game, the South Central Satellites have a lot of work to do here. We're still in the first, Chris.
Yeah, down 20-0, 4:28 left in the first. Again, I know CMA has a stud running back. His name slips my mind right now. I'm getting old, but I know that CMA, with what they had returning, their running game was going to be something that was going to be pretty impressive. So again, Knox defensively is going to have to come up with an answer.
Set to kick yet again for the Blue Jays is Logan Pradke. Deep to return is number 32 and number 24 for the South Central Satellites. Number 32 is listed as Rylan Rondo. And I'm not seeing a number 34 on the program. 24. Brad Bashinsky. Brad Bashinsky. Deep to return for the Satellites, and Pradke set to kick this one away. He does. Up the left side. Picks up at about the 27-yard line, and he had to dive on it as the Blue Jays were coming. So that's where the Satellites will start this possession.
Yeah, Rondo doing a good job of getting on that ball because it was live. And I could hear Coach Lambert all the way across the field screaming, "Get on it, get on it." Coach Lambert's wanting the ball back. He wants to play some offense some more.
So the Satellites hoping to turn things around on this drive. They need it. From their own 28, 1st and 10. Stroud from shotgun. I believe that's Dylan Shively to his left. He's going to take the snap. Pulls the handoff up the middle himself. Breaks the third. Now the fourth tackle comes in and finally brought down at about the 26-yard line, right at the spot of the ball was originally.
I think they're going to give him a yard on forward progress there, but maybe a half yard. But Trey McGowan there doing a good job of making the play.
Second and 9 for the Satellites. Trying to make something happen. Takes the snap. Hands off, Shively up the left side. He's met by a Blue Jay, number 21. Grayson McDaniel, the junior, wrapped him up and brought him down. It'll bring up third down right away, Chris. This defense from the Jays is looking good.
Yeah, picking up right where they left off last week in that first half. LaVille, I tell you, at halftime had 1 positive yard in that first half last week. So this North Judson defense is starting to figure things out.
3rd and 9 on their own 29. The Satellites, they need it. Shotgun. Stroud takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw, off to the right. And his intended target, it looked like that was number 80, Cameron Schultz, the senior, but no good. And it brings up 4th down deep in their own territory. This is getting tough now if you're a Satellite fan. Man, they just can't get it going, Chris.
But again, I mean, you got to give this Judson defense credit. I mean, they're bringing the pressure again right there. Cole Wilcox on the blitz. Stroud didn't have very much time to get his feet set and deliver that ball.
Snap, hold, punt, clean away, bounces on the other side of the field, picked up by Josiah McDaniel at the 48, cuts up to about the 40 on the other side of the field, now to the 35, still on his feet, and he's brought down at the 32-yard line, a huge return. Josiah McDaniel came to play tonight, Chris.
Yeah, he did. He took the opening kickoff, about 92 yards for the touchdown. That punt return right there, nice return, giving North Judson a short field. So again, if you're North Judson, you're definitely in 4-down territory from here on in. Starting, on the south central 32-yard line?
Yeah, that's exactly where they're spotting it. So the Jays have put themselves in position to score yet again. You know, we talked about how much they had coming back this season, but I think it's apparent early on this is not the same team last year, Chris. Takes a snap up the middle, breaks another tackle. He's still on his feet, and he's finally brought down. A 1st down run to the 15-yard line. That's number 21, Grayson McDaniel. He came to play too.
Just kind of a weird-looking ISO right there, but just a fullback lead from the flex bone. But did a good job of timing up the handoff there and picked up 17 yards on 1st down.
Oh, they ran a little flex bone. We saw a lot of that last week with West Central. Little flex bone action tonight. 1st and 10, ball on the Satellites 15. Josiah McDaniel from shotgun. Sets Cole Wilcox in motion. Takes a snap, pulls the handoff, looks to throw, fires, and it's broken up by number 32 of the Satellites. That was Rylan Rondo, the junior. Good defensive play there.
Yeah, did a very good job of staying in a position. Even if he doesn't swat that ball down, he had his hand on the backside, so was able to he would have been able to make the tackle if he did not knock that ball down. But a very excellent defensive play there in the secondary by South Central.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 for the Jays. Stops the clock at 2:27 to go in the opening period. 20-0, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites. As here we go, Josiah McDaniel takes the snap, hands off. That's number 21, Grayson McDaniel, dancing around, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, trying to get the touchdown! And he does! Touchdown, Blue Jays! Grayson McDaniel, the junior. 26-0 now. What a run it was by Grayson.
Again, just came back to the play they ran 2 plays ago, that fullback lead out of the flex bone, and Grayson McDaniel knew exactly what to do with it. So North Judson here, again, going to line up and try to kick the extra point.
Pradke, the snap, the hold, the kick is up away, and he's going to get that one. So it makes it 27-0. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites here in the first quarter with 2:16 to go. Another score update we wanted to give you, the Culver Cavaliers in their cross-county battle against Triton. 28-0 was the last score update I had in the first half. Triton is beating Culver. Another score update, halftime. Pioneer leads Winamac, Chris, 27-0 right now at half.
Yeah, it was 14-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first half. So Pioneer getting it rolling down at the pit. I'm going to take a second here and say hi to my mom, if you don't mind, Mitch.
We'll get her on the air. Let's have her say hello.
That ain't going to happen. But I am going to say hi real quick and get a hug.
Oh, Chris McGowan, so close to the Blue Jays. Of course, he is a North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay alum. Seeing his Blue Jays right now, a commanding lead in the first quarter. We had a feeling that the Blue Jays were going to have their way tonight. Let's not make a mistake about it, but I didn't quite see 27 points going up in the first quarter this quickly. I thought it maybe take some time to get into the swing of things for either team. But they have this lead right now, and they are set to kick to the Satellites yet again here in the first quarter. Logan Pradke set for the kicking duties. Squibb up the middle. It finds its way back to the 25. Picked up by Rylan Rondo, and he's going to be tackled at about the 28-29 yard line. So he tried to make a play, and the Blue Jays were right there.
And Logan Pradke, the kid that did the kicking, is the one that makes the tackle. So just going to continue on that momentum and be the first one down the field after he boots the ball. But I tell you what, this North Judson kickoff team's getting a workout tonight.
My goodness. Well, there is one thing for sure, Chris. They aren't playing lazily. The Blue Jays have come in and they're playing their typical style of football. They're playing the Satellites as if they were playing the best team they'd played all year. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Clayton Stroud from shotgun takes the snap, pulls the handoff from Shively. Up the middle, breaks the first, and here comes help as he finally gets taken down at about the 32, 33-yard line. So they're trying some different options there with Clayton Stroud and Dylan Shively, Chris. They just can't quite get the hole.
Yeah, right now, North Judson, again, bringing the pressure defensively. Another linebacker blitz by North Judson. So right now up front, South Central's having a hard time blocking this defensive front for North Judson.
90 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. 27-0, the Blue Jays lead. From shotgun, 2nd and 10. From their own 32, it's Clayton Stroud. Pulls the handoff, fires off to the left side. He's got his man wrapped up at the 30. Big-time tackle by number 12, Logan Pradke, yet again. The intended target, I think that was Harder Holmquist, the senior who got the reception. We'll see where they spot the ball here.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Satellites, and Pradke fell to his feet right there, but did a good job of holding on, allowing the defense to rally to help him out.
Under a minute here in the first. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line, 32, 33-yard line range. Stroud from shotgun again. Shively to his left, trips to the right, takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw, rolls out to his right. Fires deep down the field. He's got his man, and it's caught. Oh, and a flag flies. It dropped through his hands. Intended target was Brad Bashinsky. Hit him right in the chest, and it missed his hands. But now we've got a flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to call here. I don't know if it was offensive pass interference or what. I don't know if the receiver pushed off or if Josiah McDaniel was going to get called for a hold.
So a holding call. We'll see where they spot this. They'll spot it at the 43-yard line. So it will make it a first down for the Satellites, and they needed that one. .28.5 seconds to go in the first quarter. They look to the sideline to get the play from head coach Buzz Schoaf. He calls it out, and now everyone is looking at their wristbands. They have the play. Trips to the right. Shively. 2 Stroud's left as he takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires deep down the right sideline. Bobbled and out. Incomplete. They had a nice play, and he put it in a nice spot there for him, but the defense was there as 2 Blue Jays came on the backside there. Chris, what'd you see in the secondary?
Yeah, Josiah McDaniel there covering the little flag route there by South Central. Just doing a good job of going up and high pointing that ball and knocking it down.
Quite a turnout from Blue Jay Nation as well as Satellite Nation, Chris. You see the stands, it's pretty full.
Yeah, actually a few Judson fans standing over on the opposite sideline.
Satellites take the snap. 2nd and 10. They will get maybe a yard or two to about the 46. Final 10 seconds here will tick off as they will probably let this first quarter come to a close. The Blue Jays put up a lot of points in that first quarter. It was a fast 12 minutes, 27-0 as they lead the South Central Satellites. We're going to take a break and come back. Second quarter action on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
This is Brett Lambert, head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Stay tuned for more Blue Jay football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we know that when agriculture thrives, we all do. It's the heart and grit of our agricultural communities that keep the crops coming in and the livestock cared for day and night. That's why we build financial solutions around the needs and schedules of our ag clients. I'm Isaac Blue, ag banker at Knox, North Judson, and Culver. If you're looking for a financial partner that has over 135 years experience in understanding and supporting agriculture, I'd like to hear from you. Let's harvest success together. First Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
Back at the launch pad, 27-0. As the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites. Mitch Columbia along with Chris McGowan. You're listening to KVB's WKVI. Back in action, a huge pass play on the other side of the field, and then the ball gets loose. We'll see what they call here. I think it is a fumble recovered by the Blue Jays. The initial referee called it. What'd you see, Chris?
Yeah, just a great completion there by the Satellites, but the Satellite receiver didn't secure the football. Let's see, let's get a name here. Carter Holmquist there. North Judson did a good job of coming from behind and knocking it loose, and North Judson recovered the fumble. So they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
So a huge pass play for the Satellites right at the start.
Their biggest play of the night.
My gosh.
Just turned into a turnover there, ball security by South Central.
So deep in their own territory now, taking over are the Blue Jays. That's how fast things can change. My goodness, as here's a toss out to Brock Benson, crosses the 25 to the 30, cuts up to the 35, now to the 40. Oh, man, huge run by Brock Benson. And I've said it before, Chris, he likes to bulldoze his way forward.
Again, not very many teams are going to run a toss sweep to their fullback, but Brock Benson has the speed and the agility to be able to do it.
So 1st and 10. Ball on their own 40-yard line. The Blue Jays are marching along here. Under center, it's Josiah McDaniel with Brock Benson in the backfield. He sets his man in motion. Toss out again up the left side. Brock breaks the 40, now to the 50, and then to the 45 on the other side of the field. Brock and break. That's exactly what happened, Chris.
So, again, same play. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's what my mom used to always say. And North Judson here, again, just controlling the clock and putting together another good drive.
So another first down for the Blue Jays. Now on the other side of the field, in Satellite territory on the 42, 27-0. They lead South Central. 11:15 to go here in the first half. From shotgun, Josiah McDaniel. Brock Benson to his right, takes the snap, pulls the handoff. Now he's going to keep it himself up the right side, across the 40, now to the 35, still on his feet, to the 30, now to the 25, cuts back over, now to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Blue Jays! Josiah McDaniel, Houdini. I don't know how he got through, but he made the touchdown happen. Did you see that, Chris?
Yeah, did a good job of staying in bounds, number one, and then just made a couple of cuts and weaved himself to the end zone. So North Judson now up 33-0 with 11 minutes and 3 seconds here left to go in the half. And North Judson will line up to kick the extra point.
Blue Jays will go for the extra kick. The snap, the hold, the kick by Pradke. And it is good. Barely gets above. But he makes it count. 34-0. 1 point shy of a running clock, Chris. And if they hit another one of those extra points, we would have a running clock. And that may have been what the Blue Jays were trying to do there.
Well, but the running clock doesn't start till the second half. You got to be up 35 in the second half to get to running clock.
Understandable. So 34-0 now. The Blue Jays lead. This is a Hoosier North Athletic Conference battle, and it will be for the next several years. And we talked about it earlier in the first quarter. Quite a matchup this is. You join the Hoosier North Athletic Conference if you're South Central, and the first conference matchup you have is against the Blue Jays. We said it in the first quarter, Chris. Welcome to the Hoosier North Athletic Conference. Quite a welcoming here early on as the South Central Satellites are going to have a lot of work to do. But one thing that I think we can both agree on, Chris, and I'm sure Buzz Schoaf would agree as well. He's mentioned this on the Saturday Sports Line many, many times over the several years I've known him. He says it. The kids never give up. They never quit, and they will keep playing through this. It's not the first time they've been through some adversity, and I know head coach Buzz Schoaf is still going to give it his all as well as these Satellites.
Yeah, right now you just got to get better every play. That's the goal right now for South Central, to try to string together 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 good offensive plays, positive plays in a row. So just try to get better each play now.
Blue Jays will kick away. Picking it up at the 22 are the Satellites, and here come the Jays. Man, that is a dangerous job on the return, man. You've talked about it too, Chris. Nobody wants to be the return man with those Blue Jays coming at you. It could be a little scary.
Well, kickoff return is a little bit different than punt return. But, yeah, you don't want to be you definitely don't want to be a kick returner when you got Logan Pradke coming down there. And my nephew, McGowan, there was also the first on the scene. Little Evan.
So the Satellites will take over here on their own 30-yard line. 34-0, the Blue Jays lead. Spread formation here for the Satellites. Stroud takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires deep down the middle. Intercepted by Logan Pradke at the 46. He takes it across the field, and he's tackled at about the 36, 37-yard line. My goodness, Chris.
Yeah, again, South Central trying to run the same play there, and Pradke did a better job of staying closer to the receiver, and the ball was just underthrown a little bit, and Pradke stepped up and, again, high-pointed the ball and picked it off. So North Judson in business here with 10:43 left to go in the second quarter, up 34-0 with the ball on South Central's 35-yard line.
Oh, man. So the Jays have it here on the Satellites 35, knocking on the door yet again. Under center's Josiah McDaniel, Brock Benson in the backfield. McDaniel sets Wilcox in motion, takes the snap, fakes the toss out. It's Brock Benson up the middle, still on his feet, breaks away to the 15, or to the 25, excuse me. Getting ahead of myself, but he gets to about the 20-yard line, maybe the 18 there.
Yeah, just a little fullback trap there. Fake that wide toss to Cole Wilcox and set it up nice. And just an inside trap by North Judson. And Brock Benson doing a good job picking up about 18 yards there on first down. The one thing I will say in a game like this, the one of the great things that JHSAA has done the last maybe decade was the fact, they've gone to the mercy rule, the running clock in the second half, but they've also allowed each kid to play 6 quarters a week, and I'll explain that here in a second.
Takes the snap, throws out to the right side to the end zone. His intended target was number 9. That was Trey McGowan, but batted out of the air are the Satellites. So it'll bring up second down here for the Jays.
And back to what I was saying, allowing the 6 quarters in years past, you had to play. You're only allowed to play 5 quarters. So the varsity starters had to play 3 full quarters before you could put your JV in or your second string. So now with the 6 quarters, with the way this game's going, North Judson at halftime could actually play their subs the entire second half.
Which I assume is what you want if you were North Judson, to get guys time that normally wouldn't get much time. Brock Benson up the middle, and he's tackled at about the 10-yard line here. Score update in the Knox CMA matchup, 24-20. The Redskins take back the lead. It is a back-and-forth affair on Max 98.3 FM. My gosh, what a game that must be. We invite you to flip back and forth as KVB will always have you covered. Shout out to Tony the Boss Ross. We'll do a live listen-in here maybe at halftime of our game. But back in this game, Judson will take the snap up the middle. It's Cole Wilcox, and he is going to waltz his way in for another touchdown. A big-time touchdown for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Cole Wilcox, and it's 40-0 here in the first half.
Yeah, again, just I formation there, straightforward ISO, and North Judson's going to line up and kick the extra point here. See if Pratke can make it 3 in a row.
Snap, hold, kick is up away, and it is good as he will hit another extra point, 41-0 here in Union Mills. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays are making a case right now. They are a tough opponent for anybody, and the Satellites are having a lot of hard work that they're having to go through. This is tough right now, Chris.
Yeah, but again, Coach Schoaf, he's still coaching over there on the sideline. He's trying to stay as positive as possible. Like I said, right now you're just trying to get better every play, every time you snap the ball. But again, North Judson is just on a different level this year, that's for sure.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call my good friend Joe Knepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Keener Construction is proud to be a Knox Redskin alum. They are excited to witness the Redskins take the field each week this season. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Set to kick is Logan Pratke for the Blue Jays yet again. Deep to return, Brad Pashinsky and Rylan Rondo. Pratke kick to Rondo at the 20. He will cross the 25 to the 30. Breaks the tackle now to the 33. Still on his feet, charging forward to the 35, 36, and that's where the Satellites will take over.
Yeah, so 9 minutes left here in the first half. North Judson up 41-0. Let's see what South Central can do here offensively against this North Judson-San Pierre defense that hasn't given up very much.
Well, the Satellites have gone for that home run ball. They got one of them to go, but then after the reception just a few moments ago, they fumbled it right after they had caught it. They tried it again, then it was intercepted. And that's what led to another touchdown for the Blue Jays. But here we go from their own 36. Flags fly and whistles call the play dead.
Yeah, Cole Wilcox right there was showing a blitz action, and the guard for South Central there flinched. So Cole Wilcox faking the blitz there got South Central to jump. So 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 15 for the Satellites.
Nine minutes to go here in the first half. From shotgun, Clayton Stroud takes the snap, steps back, fires, has his man, and it's intercepted again by the Blue Jays. But they're saying incomplete.
Hit the ground.
That was Logan Pradke, who is putting his mark on this game, Chris.
Yeah, excellent effort there, diving for that ball, but the official was right there, saw it hit the ground, and no complaining here from the Blue Jays, so be 2nd and 15 for the Satellites.
Culver Military Academy just scored again, Chris. They take back the lead, 27-24 with 7 minutes left in the first half. What a game Tony the Boss Ross and crew is witnessing there in Culver tonight. But from
to a high school football game and a basketball game broke out.
No kidding. From shotgun, Clayton Stroud takes the snap, pulls the handoff up the middle to the 33, still on his feet to the 34 to the 35, and that's where he's tackled. Clock continues to roll, 41-0, the Blue Jays lead.
I mean, that pickup of 4 yards on that running play was the best running play they've had all night. So 3rd and 11 here for the Satellites.
We talked about it before, Chris, but what the Satellites have gone through the last several years and dealing with injuries, and it's been better times, but they keep fighting. As twins to the right. Stroud takes the snap. Rolls out to his left, fires deep down the left field sideline, and it is intercepted by the Blue Jays. It's number 5. That's Josiah McDaniel. He crosses the 50-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds in Satellite territory, and they intercept it yet again, Chris.
Yeah, Josiah McDaniel there doing a great job. I heard Coach Lambert scream and high point it, and he did exactly that. That's something that even back in my days of being the defense coordinator in North Judson, something that we coach that every single day about high pointing the football, not letting it come to you going up and you getting it. So, again, North Judson doing a very good job of executing what they practice.
So the Jays will start this on the 48 in their own territory. Under center, Josiah McDaniel takes the snap. Brock Benson up the right side, crosses the 50 to the 45, now to the 35 to the 30, 25 to the 20. And he's going to be wrapped up right at the 19-yard line and pushed out of bounds. A huge run by Brock Benson from their own 48. It will now be on the Satellites 19, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like a little G dive there by North Judson.
Jeez.
Something that you don't see very often, but again, Brock Benson picking up 20 or 19 yards, 29 yards there on that first down carry. So again, North Judson knocking on the door inside the red zone, up 41-0 with 7:47 left to go in the first half.
Yeah. My goodness. 1st and 10. McDaniel takes the snap from shotgun, steps back, looks to throw. It's Brody Bridegroom trying to find his way forward, and he gets to about the 4-yard line, and Brody Bridegroom on a nice slant there, Chris.
Yeah, good execution. I tell you what, give Josiah McDaniel all the credit in the world, looking off there, looking to the right, and then all of a sudden just step back, and that's having trust in your receiver and knowing where he's going to be and just throwing a laser on the slant.
So it will be 1st and goal. Ball spotted on the 4-yard line. Judson will break the huddle and trot up to the line of scrimmage. It's Josiah McDaniel under center. Sets his man in motion, takes a snap, hands off Brock Benson up the right side, and he's going to get the touchdown. Another North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay touchdown. It's Brock Benson. 47-0 here in the second quarter.
Logan Pracky going to line up to kick the extra point.
He's hit 2 in a row. He will take this next one. The snap, the hold, the kick is up away, and it is good. So he's 3 in a row now. He missed the first 2. He hits those 3 in a row, and now it's 48-0 with 7:07 to go in the first half. Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop, recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, serving Pulaski County for 44 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard or Dean. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and being part of this wonderful tradition. Where do you start if you're South Central, Chris? What are you saying on the sidelines?
You're just trying to stay as positive as possible.
Yeah.
Just let's try to get through this first half, get to halftime, regroup. And again, I've said it, several times here this first half. You're just trying to make positive plays right now for South Central.
Robbie Compton, the sophomore, will do the kicking duty. Several underclassmen are now out on the field for the Blue Jays, as it looks like the starters have done their job and will have a lot of time off here on Friday night. As the kick is up the middle, a short kick to the 30, picked up at the 31. Here comes Brad Bashinsky. He gets to about the 38, and he's pushed back to the 35. We'll see where they spot it, but I have a feeling we're going to see some secondary players come out onto the field for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're starting to run some twos in. North Judson is, I'm not sure whether or not South Central has enough for a JV team. That's another thing that could play into this too. If there's no JV game, then you don't have to worry about it. You can start playing your backups here in the first half.
So the Satellites trot out to the field, still fighting, trying to put some points on the board here before the end of the first half. It's Clayton Stroud from shotgun. Low snap, bobbles it, picks it up. Now he's wrapped up immediately by number 21 of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. That's the junior, Grayson McDaniel, and he will tackle Clayton Stroud in the backfield for a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, the snap was a little low and to the left, and Stroud couldn't handle it, picked it up, tried to make something out of it, but Grayson McDaniel was right there as soon as Stroud controlled the football.
Twins to the right for Clayton Stroud as he's going to take it from shotgun again. Hands off up the middle. It's Dylan Shively. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Gets to about the 34 before he's finally brought down. It's just been that kind of night for the Satellites.
Yeah, yards have been hard to come by for South Central.
Looks like the moon is popping out here. Chris, is that a waxing gibbous?
Dude, I teach math. I have no idea.
From shotgun, it's Clayton Stroud looking to throw. Fires off to the left side. He's got his man at the 47, and he's still on his feet. He's going to be brought down and tackled out of bounds on the far side of the field. Did you see who caught that, Chris?
I'm going to get a number here for you in a second, number 24 there.
Yeah, that is Brad Bashinsky.
Yeah, Brad Bashinsky there just running an out route. And Trey McGowan just needed to keep his head on a swivel there and stay with the receiver. Got caught sucking in there, thought the quarterback was going to run it. But again, Bashinsky did a good job picking up about 13 yards there. So it's going to be 4th and 2 with the ball on the 34-yard line. And South Central is going to go for it.
And now whistles on the field. I don't know if we have Yeah.
Might have an equipment issue here. I think this is an official timeout here. Yeah, Bazinski's trying to get his helmet snapped back up.
So an equipment issue out on the field. They reset the clock. It continues to roll under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 48-0, the Blue Jays lead the Satellites going for it on fourth, and they're going to draw the Blue Jays off sides. That's exactly what they wanted, Chris.
They're going to talk about this because the offensive line moved too. Both guys moved at the same time, so
So it will be a first down for the Satellites as they are reassessing where the ball will be spotted. It will be put at the 48-yard line in Blue Jay territory. First down for the Satellites here with 4:46 to go. All energy has to be focused right here on getting 6 points. They look to the sideline to head coach Buzz Schoaf to get the call. Stroud. Twins to the right, receiver out to the left, Shively to his left, takes a snap, he hands off to Shively, who's wrapped up immediately. Cole Wilcox came around the edge and read that well, Chris.
Yeah, again, just an A-gap blitz there by North Judson, and Cole Wilcox doing a good job of timing that up. And as soon as he got the handoff, loss of 3 yards there for South Central.
2nd and 13. Ball on their own 47 now on the other side of the field. It's just been a rough night for the Satellites, and they've still got to have to try to dig their way out of this hole. A lot of work will have to be done as Strauss from shotgun. He takes a snap, pulls the handoff, throws, had a nice screen play there, Chris, and it fell and dropped out of the hands of his intended target. I think that was Carter Holmquist.
Yeah, Carter Holmquist there just took his eye off the ball for a split second, looking to make a move before he caught it, but you got to secure the football first.
So this brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 13 to be exact. Clock stopped at 3:39 here in the first half. This time, the Satellites will have twins to the left, a receiver out to the right. From shotgun, it's Clayton Stroud with Shively to his right. Stroud takes a snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires, intercepted, flags fly. It's Trey McGowan to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Knocked out at about the 1 yard line. Did you see what the flag may be?
I did not. I don't know what the official was looking at.
And we'll see what they decide here. My goodness. The Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, that's their 3rd interception of the night.
Yeah, the official here picked up his flag and went running to the Whitecap, so I have no idea what the penalty must have been on South Central.
Yep, and they are declining it. So this spots it on the 3-yard line. It looked like the one from my angle, but they will spot it on the 3-yard line, and it will be Josiah McDaniel with Brock Benson in the backfield all alone. Takes a snap, quarterback keep up the middle, and it's Josiah McDaniel for a North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jay touchdown. Another one in this first half makes it 54-0. The Blue Jays lead the Satellites in this Hoosier North Athletic Conference matchup. They're going to go for the extra kick. It's Logan Pratke, the snap, the hold, the kick is up away. It took the first 2 or 3, but since that time, Logan Pratke has got it down, getting the extra point. That's his 4th in a row, Chris.
Not very pretty, but I tell you what, it's the end result that counts. Just as long as it gets over that bottom bar and in between the 2 uprights, it counts as 1. So, again, North Judson with 3:23 left to go here in the first half has now put a double nickel on the board. It's 55-0.
Score update from the West Central Trojans matchup as they are taking on Tri-County in the third quarter. The Trojans are continuing things 24-0. They lead over Tri-County. In the other big matchup we've been keeping our eye on, the Knox Redskins facing off against Culver Military Academy. Culver, the Redskins were leading 24-20. Then it went 32-27, Knox leading. Then now it's 34-32. Culver leads with 4:30 to go in the first half, Chris. That's on Max 98.3.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call that a basketball game or a track meet.
My
teams
goodness.
Just up and down the field. Not much defense being played. Holy cow.
With 3:20 to go in the first.
At halftime, I will try to get a word.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say at halftime, I'll try to get a word out of Coach Lambert.
Okay. The Blue Jays will kick away. It will roll to about the 5-yard line. That's where Brad Bashinsky picks it up, and now he's fighting his way forward to the 15, and he's tackled at the 16-yard line. That's where the Satellites will take over. They haven't had much luck when they're pinned deep in their own territory like this. We'll see if Clayton Stroud can turn things around here. He's had some good throws. There's been some timing issues. The receiver, like Chris had mentioned a little bit ago, Carter Holmquist had it, but he was a little hesitant. He looked ahead before catching it. There's just been some minor detailed things that have gone wrong for the Satellites. You know, if they didn't fumble that deep pass play earlier on in the game, Chris, they could have been on their way to score.
Yeah, again, that was the best play of the night, but again, North Judson doing a good job pitching the ball out from behind.
First play for the Satellites. And it will be a loss of 2, bringing up 2nd and 12 on their own 16-yard line. They tried to run it up the left side. It just didn't work, Chris.
Yeah, Clayton Stroud there just fumbled the snap. Was trying to read the defense before he caught the snap and put the ball on the ground and picked it up and tried to make something out of it. But a loss of about 3 yards there on first down.
So here's Stroud from shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands off to Dylan Shively. Spins around, breaks the tackle. Now he's going up the right side, and he's tracked down right at the 10-yard line. They just can't quite get anything.
Yeah, again, that handoff was bobbled there, too. Right now, things are getting a little messy in the backfield for the Satellites. But that's going to bring up a 3rd and 16 from their own 10-yard line.
So under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd and 16, 3 and 16. 3rd down, 16 yards to go. Stroud takes the snap, finds his man. That's Carter Holmquist fighting his way forward about the 25 to 24-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down as it will be too short.
That was Landon Clifford on the catch. Number 46. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and a long 6 here for South Central. And they are lining up, it looks like, to go for it.
They're going to let that clock tick as much as they can. And, yeah, you're right. They are going to go for it here or try to draw the Blue Jays off sides as they have done twice already tonight.
They'll probably let this get down into about 3 seconds left to maybe call timeout. Buzz Schoaf's over there standing next to the official, and that's exactly what happened.
So the Satellites will call timeout. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by McGrath Refrigeration, a family-owned business since 1967, and your local Armstrong Air Dealer. Call them for all your heating and cooling needs at 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right. We also thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Hey, Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. 55-0, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites. Under a minute to go here in the first half. The Satellites burn a timeout to talk things over. We'll see if they go for it here on fourth. I assume they will punt, but who knows?
So, yeah, South Central is lined up to go for it. See if they try to maybe draw North Judson off sides here.
And flags fly just as Chris says that.
Yeah, the left guard for South Central ended up flinching there and going to back him up 5 yards. So let's see what South Central does now.
So this will spot the ball on what I think is the 18-yard line.
About the 17.
17-yard line. Fourth down for the Satellites. They get the call here. Stroud takes the snap. Hands off up the left side. And he ran out of bounds, which stops the clock, Chris.
Actually, he got tackled inbounds. It was fourth down, so that stopped the clock.
So he got tackled out of bounds, which stops the clock, and now the Blue Jays will have it deep in Satellite territory here. I would think that Coach Lambert would probably just take a knee here and get to halftime, but you never know. Yeah, we will be starting the second half with that running clock. 55-0. The Blue Jays just really turned it on in the first quarter and never looked back. It started from that kickoff return by Josiah McDaniel all the way to the house. As here is the backup quarterback, number 11, Javen Christensen. No, I thought Aiden was the backup.
No, Javen is number 11.
So Javen.
And, right now, the only starting lineman in the game is Kozakar at center. Everybody else is number 2s for North Judson.
Wow. So they are getting very valuable minutes here in varsity action. Under 20 seconds to go in the first half. Javen Christensen sets his man in motion, takes a snap, hands off. It's up the right side. Number 33 has it. That was Aiden Christensen, and he will get tackled at about the maybe 7-yard line, but that will be the end of the first half. 55-0. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays are showing us all why they are the number 1 ranked team in 1A football. We'll see if Chris McGowan has a chance to get with head coach Brett Lambert of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. He's got to be feeling pretty happy about that, Chris.
No, Coach Lambert, a mad sprint to the locker room, so again, I don't know if I'm going to get a word in with either coach here at halftime, but I tell you what, in the amount of time we've had since that last score update at Knox and Culver Military, there might be 6 more touchdowns on the board. What's the latest there?
Yeah, the latest I have was 34-32. Culver was leading. Their game was literally in the same spot that we were in. The last I checked, they had 20 seconds to go in the first half when we had 50. So that game is darn near on track with us. I was hoping to do a live listen-in during our halftime show here, but unfortunately they aren't in action. They are in their halftime as well. So we're going to take a break and come back. We're going to try to break this down from what Chris saw down on the field in the first half. But right now it's 55-0, all North Judson-San Pierre. We take a break and come back for our halftime show on the way.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Here's Mitch Columbi.
55-0 is the score here in the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show. I'm Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. I am accompanied by our sideline sports commentator, sports analyst, Chris McGowan. Well, Chris, we kind of had a feeling the Blue Jays were going to have their way, but I didn't quite see 55 points going on the board in the first half. Did you?
No, but again, North Judson, they got the ball rolling early with the opening kickoff going 90-some yards. Josiah McDaniel taking that to the house. So early and often for North Judson.
My goodness, early and often. We start right off at the bat. The kickoff return by Josiah McDaniel. I almost felt like once he crossed the 45 to the 50, he may have been a little surprised at how much space he had on that return. Talk about how big of a play that was to start the game off on a kickoff return. That's not easy, Chris.
No, it's not easy, but I tell you what, it set the tone for this game. South Central was never able to recover after that, but again, North Judson doing a very good job with that middle wedge, something that North Judson's known for, and it, like I said, it just parted for Josiah McDaniel to take it to the house.
Well, we've talked about Clayton Stroud before. He was one of the main attractions last year, especially when talking about this South Central satellite team. But he wasn't the quarterback last year, Chris. If we remember correctly, Zach Hanshar was their starting quarterback last year. He graduated, and now Clayton Stroud has to come back the next year and learn a whole new position. Is that kind of tough, or if you're an athlete like Clayton Stroud, it just kind of clicks for you?
If you're an athlete and you've been in the system, you know the system, it kind of clicks for you. But again, right now it's with this North Judson defense, it's kind of baptism by fire for Clayton Stroud.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see some things maybe starting to get a little rattled. A lot of balls on the ground there in the backfield. South Central putting the ball on the floor, on the ground, on the field. But again, when you've got North Judson coming at you, when you got the likes of Cole Kozakar, C.J. Sanchez, Brock Benson, Cole Wilcox on those A and B gap blitz, you got Grayson McDaniel, Trey McGowan on the outside linebacker in that 3-4 defense that North Judson likes to run. I tell you what, it makes for easy pickings if you're in the secondary. And North Judson has 3 interceptions because of the pressure that front seven for North Judson has been able to put on Clayton Stroud.
Well, the marching satellites are making their way out onto the field. They always do such a fantastic job under the direction of Mr. Scheck. This halftime performance that they are performing for everyone here in Union Mills is titled Fire and Groove, the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire, featuring classic Earth, Wind, and Fire songs In the Stone, After the Love Has Gone, September, and Boogie Wonderland. I heard them practicing while I was setting up earlier, Chris. They've got some good sound, and I know Mr. Scheck is he does such a good job with the marching satellites and, of course, the pep band. Whenever you come to South Central in basketball season, it is a rowdy crowd. They get it loud. They get it loud in there. I know you know that, Chris, from experience.
Oh yeah, that gym's a loud gym. There's not a quiet gym in the Porter County Conference when it comes to basketball.
No, there is
well, we got
not.
a break here. Let's a little near and dear to my heart. What's the spread up there in the press box tonight?
Yeah.
You got any food up there?
Yes, we do. Hot and ready pizza, Chris. So it's up here waiting on you if you're hungry. Little Caesars is in the house. You might have to come up and get a slice.
I'm going to have to come up here in the second half and get a slice. I haven't had anything to eat yet.
Well, we'll definitely encourage you to do so, Chris.
And I tell you what, if you look at my figure, it looks like I'm wasting away to nothing, right?
Well, look out, Chris. You might be in the way of their halftime performance. You don't want to get ran over by some marching satellites.
Oh, just toss me a tuba. I'll start playing.
Well, today's halftime show is sponsored in part by Standard Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. They are helping continue this wonderful tradition on KVB's WKVI. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond a call at 574-936-4660. They've been serving the local area since 1936.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Do you know what to do when you see a down power line? The answer is very simple. Stay far away. The folks at Kankakee Valley REMC want you to know that down power lines can be very dangerous. Even if they come off the power pole, they still may be energized. Call 911 and wait for instructions from the fire department or power company. The folks at Kankakee Valley REMC want to keep you safe.
Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack in Winamac is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack provides all your printing, screen printing, apparel, and embroidery needs. Call 574-946-3551 and ask for Tina. That's if you want to look cool like the KVB crew. We appreciate them and their support toward helping continue the tradition. Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show continues 55-0 as they lead the South Central Satellites. We'll catch up with Chris M in a moment. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to KVB's WKVI.
This is Buzz Schoaf, head coach of the South Central Satellites. Stay tuned for more satellite football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
We have have been orbiting some time now here in Union Mills from the launch pad as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites 55-0. Mitch Columby and Chris McGowan. The tradition continues as you're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. We look around our other area teams in action tonight. Of course, the one we've all been keeping our eye on is the Knox Redskins battle against the Culver Military Academy Eagles at half, 34-32. The Military Academy is hanging in there with the Redskins, Chris.
Yeah, again, that game's going to come down to who has the ball last. It sounds like, 34-32 at halftime. Boy, I don't know. It doesn't sound like there are too many defensive stops going on in that game.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. We're keeping our eye on. Of course, we invite you to flip back and forth. That game is on KVB's WYMR. That's Max 98.3 FM. We see our other area teams, the Culver Cavaliers. They are in a battle right now. It is just not going their way, Chris, as they are in a cross-county matchup with Triton, the Trojans, one of their rivals, 49-8 at the end of the third quarter. The Cavs are having a tough time in Bourbon, Indiana, Chris. I'm sure you're not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised there. So that's a running clock there, so that game will be getting over pretty quick. But, again, Culver has shown some signs this year of turning that program in the right direction. But, again, Triton just too much at Bourbon.
The West Central Trojans taking on Tri-County tonight. They lead 24-0 at the end of the third quarter. So the West Central Trojans on their way to back-to-back wins tonight, Chris.
Yeah, West Central, again, that triple option they like to run, that no huddle, doing a very good job of taking care of the football. And they were up 24-0 kind of early, and it sounds like they're just keeping it status quo.
Finally, the Winamac Warriors took on is taking on one of their main rivals, of course, the Pioneer Panthers. They were coming off a tough loss to the Knox Redskins last week, 57-6. The Panthers turn around and are playing the Warriors very, very well as our Warriors trail 35-0 in the fourth quarter. Chris, I'll be honest with you, I was surprised. I know Pioneer is very good, but we've known Winamac is on the up and up in the last couple of years. A little surprised at that score there with Winamac versus Pioneer.
Yeah, Winamac's still pretty young, and Pioneer, they were young a couple years ago, and those kids have stuck with it. So Pioneer this year was looking to get back to the Pioneer of old. But, again, 35-0 second half, so that'll be a running clock as well. And see if Coach Lambert will want to give us a word here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll see if you guys are able to catch up. I'm sure all things got to be positive from that first half with head coach Brett Lambert. They did everything they wanted to do. Everyone got out unscathed, no injuries. They've started to get backups in, and now with Chris McGowan as head coach Brett Lambert.
All right, Coach Lambert, 55-0 at halftime. You talked about wanting to come out and clean things up. You start right off the bat with that 90-plus yard kickoff return. Talk about how that set the tone here early.
I think that was huge because you could tell. South Central was ready, and I could see it in Buzz and the players. But I think that just right off the bat kind of deflated them. I really believe that. We got a good team, and I told them in the locker room before the game. I said, "Hey, we've got Knox done, LaVille done. We've looked at those games for a long time. They're two huge games." But we got to treat every game like a huge one. And we're going to be the target because we have that number one ranking. So everybody's going to be coming hard at us. So we need to take pride in that and show everybody why we're number two. That wasn't by accident. We're there for a reason. We got a heck of a team. So we got to play like that every week. And I feel like they came out on fire tonight.
So at halftime, a lot of time spent making sure everybody knows probably a lot of number two is obviously going to get in the game here with this running clock. Make sure everybody's on the same page with who's playing and when they're playing, right?
Yeah, there's really no varsity. We're not going to have any varsity starters in there. Maybe a few guys who've been backups or positioned. They'll get maybe some carries or something, but it's not going to be any varsity guys. But I told them, before he came out. There's execution still expected, the enthusiasm still expected, hard work, everything we preach about. It doesn't go out the window just because of the score, just because the starters aren't in there.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck second half.
That is our sports analyst, Chris McGowan, down on the field with head coach Brett Lambert of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. I'll be honest, he's still all business, Chris. You listen to that interview, you wouldn't really know it was 55-0. I mean, he has just got his head and mind set.
You think they were down. You think the score would be the other way.
And I think that's kind of his experience coming into play here. He's expecting this. He wants this type of game to be had each week, no matter the opponent. It doesn't matter the score. He wants his Blue Jays to play the same exact way each time out on the field. But like he had talked there with you, Chris, it looks like a lot of underclassmen are going to get some very valuable varsity minutes here in this game. Talk about how much that means to maybe a sophomore, maybe even some freshmen that get some time.
Oh, it's huge. You get a chance to put what you can do on tape, and allows the coaches to get some extra time looking at you on film. So it may buy you some extra playing time later on in the season.
Now let's flip sides. We haven't really talked much about South Central, Chris. What do you say at the halftime break? I mean, I'm sure some of the guys are kind of hanging their heads a little bit, but, what do you say as a head coach to keep things positive, to keep them fighting?
You just got to preach, let's win the second half. Like I said, just try to string together 3 or 4 positive plays in a row and start building some confidence. But again, you just want to come out, the score 0-0. You can't look at the scoreboard and just try to win the second half if you're South Central.
One thing I like about this coaching staff at South Central, we talked about Buzz Schoaf, his 8th year as the head coach, but they brought in Brent Jones as the receivers and defensive backs coach. And Brent Jones, an assistant coach, he's the head baseball coach here at South Central, and they're very good. And, of course, he played baseball at the next level. We've talked with him on the Saturday Sports Line, of course. Steve Forker, running backs and linebackers coach. Brian Shakaitis, offensive line and defensive line coach. They've got a good group of guys, and every time I come to practice, it's intense, Chris. They expect a lot out of their South Central satellites. One of the assistant coaches said yesterday in the speech to the boys, he said, hey, we need to be a band of brothers. We don't know how games are going to go each week. You could be on the winning end of things or the losing end, but no matter what, we've got to band together as a group of brothers. And I just love the vibe I get from those practices. I just feel like they've got a really good coaching staff in South Central, and they're putting the pieces together to make things happen, hopefully in the near future.
Yeah, it takes time. Football, it's hard to turn around in just a year or whatever. But again, Buzz Schoaf has got his system in place, and these kids are they're buying into it. And the last several years, with all the injuries, it's been kind of hard to gauge the success. But again, if you can get 2 or 3 years here where the injury bug stays away, this South Central Satellite football program, has had some history and has had some pride about it. So again, and they've been successful in years past. But again, just trying to recover from all those injuries the past 2 or 3 years has really been pretty detrimental to the growth.
We've got some finals coming in we'll share with you momentarily, but to start the third quarter, the Jays will kick this one away to Rylan Rondo. He'll pick it up at the 25, crosses the 30, still on his feet, now cuts up to the 35, and he's tackled at the 37. Rylan Rondo, he's been getting a lot of touches tonight, and he's making things happen. So 1st and 10 for the Satellites as they'll trot out onto the field. The ball will be spotted on the 36, 37-yard line. And we'll see if the Satellites can get something going here, get some points on the board, or show some signs of life here. From shotgun, Twins to the right, it's Clayton Strow. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle to about the 38-yard line. I didn't see who that was. May have been Shively.
Yeah, South Central still has their starters in, so that was Shively.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 38. From shotgun, Stroud takes the snap, hands off to Shively up the middle again. He gets to about the 41-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
We'll see big 3rd down here for South Central, 3rd and 5. Let's see what this young North Judson defense can do here.
From shotgun, Stroud, Twins to the right, receiver out to the left, and Carter Holmquist, the receiver out to the left, hesitated just enough to go off sides, and that'll push the Satellites back. Those are the kind of things that we've talked about, Chris, in week 3. You want to try to clean those up. With college football starting last weekend, NFL starting this weekend, we are in full swing this weekend of football in America. From shotgun, 3rd and 10 on their own 41. Stroud takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw, fires. He's got his man. It's Brad Bashinsky on the other side of the field at the 42-yard line. Brad Bashinsky got open there, Chris, and created space.
Yeah, again, great time there by Stroud and that offensive line, giving him protection to step back and be able to read the defense.
That running clock continues to tick. The Satellites are marching down the field. Looking good here on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter as Stroud sets Bashinsky in motion, takes the snap, hands off Shively up the middle to about the 39-yard line. So maybe 3 yards on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 7 here. Culver's Portside Marina is part of the broadcast. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, contact Culver's Portside Marina at 574-842-5000. 2nd and 7. Stroud from shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Up the middle. Crosses the 40 to about the 36, 37-yard line. Inching closer, but it will bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, again, about 3rd and 5 here from the 37-yard line. So I look for South Central here to be in 4-down territory. So 2 downs here, 2 plays to get this 1st down.
On the Blue Jays' 37-yard line, the Satellites trying to put something together here. Twins to the left. Stroud from shotgun, takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw. Here comes some Blue Jays. He's got to get rid of it. He finds his man. They're going to get the 1st down and more. Crosses the 30, and he's tackled at the 28. I think it was Carter Holmquist. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris.
Yeah, it's Holmquist there on the reception. So, again, pick up a 1st down, pick up a 1st down yardage there on 3rd and 5. So South Central moving the chains here, putting together 3 or 4, like I said, 3 or 4 offensive plays in a row that are positive and starting to build a little confidence here.
Moving the chains again are the Satellites. As it is Stroud from shotgun again. He's got Twins to the right this time. Takes the snap, pulls the handoff, fumble on the play, and the Blue Jays pick it up. Stroud tried to hand off to Shively and pull it, and at that time, it just bounced right out of his hands and hit the ground. The Jays were on it, and that's where they will take over on downs on the 39-yard line. 34-yard line, my apologies. The 34-yard line. Wow. Just when you thought the Satellites were going to have some positive things happen on this drive, it ends in a turnover, and the Jays have it. And now here comes backup quarterback for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. It's Javen Christensen, the sophomore. He's going to take it under center. Hands off up the middle, and I did not see who he handed off to.
Evan McGowan.
So Evan McGowan gets on the books for a yard, maybe two. It's close. Yeah, 1 yard on the carry, if that.
Mitch, I may come up and join you in the booth here at the end of the third quarter.
Understandable. Christensen under center. Sets his man in motion, takes a snap. It's a toss out up the left side. I think it's Logan Pradke. Crosses the 40 to the 45. We got a flag on the play. Now tackled on the other side of the field at the 46. So Logan Pradke being used quite a bit tonight, the sophomore. We're seeing new Blue Jays out onto the field we have not seen yet this season. This is a big moment for these young men out there on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold against North Judson, so this play will be coming back.
Yep, and they are confirming right now as they walk the ball back. Score update. As we noted earlier, the West Central Trojans were having their way against Tri-County 24-0. Tri-County finally gets on the board. 24-6 is the score. We had a final come in. The Culver Cavaliers will fall to Triton, Chris. 49-8 was the final. And then our other final, the Winnemac Warriors fall to Pioneer 35-0. Final scores coming in our area, but back in our game. The Jays have it. It's Christensen, toss out to number 33. That's Aiden Christensen. He gets up to about the 33-yard line after the penalty was assessed. It's 55-0, and the Blue Jays lead the Satellites.
Yeah, so pickup of about 10 yards there on second and 20. So now it's going to be 3rd and 10, roughly, maybe 3rd and 11.
So they will break the huddle and trot up to the line of scrimmage. From shotgun, it's Christensen. Sets his man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, steps back, looks to throw. He is wrapped up. He breaks a tackle. Now he's spinning around, getting out of the pocket, trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage, and he will, all the way to the 36-37. He did not give up on that play there.
Yeah, good job of keeping his feet moving. So it's going to be 4th and about 8, and North Judson we'll send some varsity kids on the field here to punt this football away. So I am going to start making my way towards you.
And I will say this is the first punt of the night for the Jays, if I'm not mistaken, Chris.
That's right.
So the Jays set to punt, the snap, the hold, the punt is clean away. A booming punt back. Rolls all the way within the 10-yard line, spotted at the 5. They're just doing everything right tonight, even with their underclassmen out there on the field. They pin the Satellites deep in their own territory. Wow.
Yeah, with 2:20 left in the third quarter here, North Judson still up 55-0. South Central going to have to put together a 95-yard drive here if they want to put some points on the board.
That running clock continues to tick. We'll do a live listen-in during the fourth quarter to catch up on that Knox-Redskin matchup on Max 98.3 FM momentarily if you're staying with us. We want to hear what's going on in Culver as well. But deep in their own territory, the Satellites have it. 1st and 10 on their own 5. Takes the snap, hands off to Shively. Wrapped up at about the 6-yard line, maybe a couple on the carry.
Yeah, pick up 2 yards there. Give them a little bit more breathing room. Ball on the 7.
2nd and 8. Stroud takes the snap. Hands off. And I don't think they're going to get anything on that carry by Shively. He tried to get around the edge, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
You might want to mute my mic, Mitch. I'm going to be walking through the crowd.
Okay, will do. Under a minute here to go in the 3rd quarter as this running clock has taken the entire quarter, and it has been very fast. No score in this 3rd quarter. It stayed at 55-0, which was the score at the end of the first half. 40 seconds to go in the 3rd. Stroud from shotgun takes the snap, steps back, looks to throw from his own end zone. He fires, and it's caught. Oh, my gosh, to the 25, to the 30, now to the 40, now to the 45, to the 50, and he's brought down. A big-time pass play, and I believe that was Carter Holmquist on the reception. What a play by the Satellites. Carter like that when he's clapping his hands, and he gives Satellite Nation something to clap for as well. A big-time first down as that will wind down the end of the 3rd quarter. 55-0, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites. We're going to take a break and come back. 4th quarter action on the way. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
It takes smart planning by a skilled expert to get you just the right heating, cooling, and energy-efficient system for your home. McGrath Refrigeration can install an affordable Armstrong air system that will cut your energy costs while enhancing your comfort. You'll see the difference in your first energy bill. McGrath Refrigeration, voted Stark County's favorite heating and air conditioning dealer, is your local Armstrong Air dealer. Call today, 574-772-3575. McGrath Refrigeration, where the temperature is always just right.
This is Brett Lambert, head coach of the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays. Stay tuned for more Blue Jay football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Brems. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392.
Back at the launch pad, Mitch Columbia along with sports analyst Chris McGowan. We go to the 4th quarter. 55-0, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays lead the South Central Satellites. They had a big pass play to end the 3rd quarter, as now they don't get anything on the opening play to start the 4th. And here is from shotgun. Flags fly. Clayton Stroud fires. It's a screen pass to Carter Holmquist. He crosses the 45 to the 40, now to the 35 to the 30, now to the 20. And they whistle the play dead. We'll see what the flag is. Holding is what it looks like here. And a little motion as well. So holding and some motion here. That was another big play. They like to find Carter Holmquist. He can really turn the wheels on. The Jays had trouble tracking him down on the near sideline, but it will be on the Satellites, pushing them back deeper into their own territory. It's been a tough night for the South Central Satellites. As they are reassessing where they're going to spot the ball here. So they will spot it at the 44-yard line, bringing up 2nd and long for the Satellites. So they've got it figured out. They will set the ball on the 44-yard line in satellite territory. Stroud from shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off. That's Shively fighting his way past the 45. So it's at the 46, 47-yard line. And he will take this from shotgun again. It's Stroud. Fakes the handoff, finds Holmquist again in the flat, crosses the 50, now to the 45 to the 40, now to the 35, and he's tackled at the 32-yard line, and not a bad little play there.
No, it wasn't. South Central's having some success there, just throwing a little like bubble screen to the wide receiver, and the safety there, Aiden McGowan. This weekend I'll have a talk with him about taking the proper angle there. But again, South Central having some success here getting the ball to Holmquist out on the perimeter.
A little bit of a relation to you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, we'll stay with the Satellites here in hopes they may be able to put some points on the board, as here's a toss out to the right side. Overthrown. His intended target was number 80, Cameron Schultz, but a flag on the play. We're standing by to potentially do a live listen in to the Knox Redskins matchup. It's been a battle there at Culver Military Academy, 41-32. Culver Military leads in the third was the last update I had. But we'll check in with the boss, Tony Ross and crew, in a little bit. We'll just see if the Satellites have an opportunity to put some points on the board, which they need it.
Yeah, exactly. Pass interference there. I thought maybe that ball was deflected at the line of scrimmage, which then negates the pass interference. But obviously it just come out of his hands a little wonky there, and so pass interference against North Judson.
Running clock continues to tick. It spots the ball at the 20-yard line in Blue Jay territory. It's Stroud from shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Hands off to Shively up the middle, uses the block, still stutter steps around, and he's got some space to about the 15-yard line. Close to a 4, maybe a 5-yard carry.
Yeah, again, good carry there by Shively, and this drive started at the 5-yard line for South Central, so you'd like to see them come away with some points here, but nonetheless, they've been able to move the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, for some respect at least. As here we go, 2nd and 5 on the Blue Jays 15. Stroud takes the snap, fires out to the right side. He has his man wrapped up immediately, though, and tackled. It'll bring up 3rd down. They had the man. They had the play there.
Yeah, again, North Judson doing a good job of rallying to the football.
You almost wonder, you go up against the starters every day in practice. You almost can't help but say, they're just as ready to go when you're playing against the starters every day.
That's right. But again, going against the North Judson starters, I think.
Yeah, it prepares you.
Yeah.
Makes you better. 3rd and 2. The Satellites need this one. Stroud from shotgun takes the snap, fakes the handoff, steps back, looks to throw. Here comes some Blue Jays. He's going to have to roll out to his right. Fires, has his man, and it's enough, I believe, for the 1st down. I think that was Schultz again, number 80, if I'm not mistaken, on the far side of the field. And it will be 1st and goal here for the Satellites the first time they are in range.
Right, 1st and goal from the 6, and just enough there to get that 1st down. Stroud did a good job of handling that pressure, had 3 guys in his face.
From shotgun, Stroud takes it. He's going to keep it himself. Up the left side, trying to fight his way forward for the touchdown. He will be tackled at the 2-yard line, but man, did he have a lot of space and some good blockers.
Yeah, all the way down to the 1 there, so 2nd and goal from the 1 here. South Central knocking on the door. Again, this drive started at their own 5-yard line.
Ball is literally on the 1-yard line. The Satellites are trying to put points on the board here. From shotgun, Clayton Stroud takes the snap. Rolls out to his right. Here comes some Blue Jays. They're going to wrap him up. He's going to lose yards all the way back to about the 11-yard line, and he may have been hit real hard. He's having a troubled time getting up off the field.
That's the last thing you want to see in a game, in a 55-0 game, your quarterback getting hurt or taking that extra hit.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Hoping to put points on the board are the South Central Satellites. From the Blue Jays 5-yard line, it's 3rd and goal. Stroud from shotgun takes a snap, hands off to Shively up the middle. Extra push, and no, he's wrapped up and brought down. It'll bring up 4th and goal. Man, it has just been that tough for them tonight.
It has been, and again, I mean, this is, you talk about pride and having pride, and I tell you what, this second unit from North Judson doesn't want to give up any points.
It looks like Stroud is hobbled on the field. He's limping himself off. We sure hope he's okay, as it looks like taking the snaps now. I can't see the number. Rylan Rondo takes the snap, hands off. They are not going to get the touchdown. It will be a turnover on down. My goodness.
And I tell you what, the coaching staff and the varsity players on North Judson's sideline celebrating there that defensive stand by North Judson. But again, you kind of hope that Clayton Stroud is okay, but he limped off pretty noticeably, and he's over here on the bench getting looked at.
Well, we'll keep our eye on this game. The Blue Jays are rolling away with it 55-0 with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and do a live listen-in to the Knox Redskin matchup at Culver Military Academy. It's on KVB's WYMR with the boss and Tony Ross and crew on Max 98.3 FM.
It's going to be McLaughlin right up the middle. Or sketch that. Conroy, he still's on his feet. He goes across the 35-yard line down to around the 33.
You got to tackle. Can't just block somebody down. You got to tackle them.
They're going to even give him a couple more yards on the spot right near the 30-yard line. Great run by Conroy. Boy, I tell you, I could watch these two backs run all day long.
I can see why Knox was so good last year and this year.
Yes, sirree. Single back gun look again. McLaughlin will await the snap. And you don't even know where they're going out of this either. That's the other thing impressive. And it's a handoff. Conroy off left guard this time. Waiting for some seam. It's near the 25-yard line. So about a 4-yard carry there for Conroy. Down to 2:24 left to go here in the third quarter. 41-32. Culver Academy has the lead.
Yeah, just off the left side that time for a measly 5 yards. Be anxious to see total yardage in this game.
Single back look again. Only this time deeper in Culver Military Academy real estate at the 25. 2nd and 5. Here's the hand or snap and the give or the keep by McLaughlin. Stretch farms his man across the first down marker. And was it good enough for a first down?
Just trying to bounce it out to the right. Little straight arm, got drugged down with that arm, and about a half-yard short, Tony. 3rd and a half yard. From the 10-yard line, I believe.
20-yard line.
20-yard line.
Well, 20. Is it 20? Yes.
I'll call glare.
So the ball resting at the 20. Redskins in a 3rd and 1. McLaughlin awaiting. Here's the snap. He hands off Conroy left side. Darts in. And he's going to get a first down across the 20 to around the 18-yard line. So that'll move the chains for the visitors. And the Redskins have got themselves a nice little march downfield that they are sniffing end zone yet again. So let's see if they can finish.
Pretty good drive on the way here.
So the ball placed at the 17-yard line and a 1st and 10 for the Redskins. They got receivers top and bottom. McLaughlin awaiting. He hands off Conrad again, left side. Good cut back toward the middle. That got him an extra couple yards. He's still churning all the way near the 10. Love it. Love seeing that take place. No quit.
Just see that cut from up here, can you, where he went to that lane to the right?
And even when he was in contact by a couple of Eagle defenders, he wouldn't stop.
We're listening to a live listen in to Max 98.3 big-time game. The Knox Redskins taking on the Culver Military Academy Eagles, but we wanted to break in. This game here in South Central has come to a close early. Running clock saw the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays win 61-0, and when we had broke out, a freshman for the Blue Jays broke away for a huge run to end the game literally as the clock goes down to 0, and he scores probably his first touchdown.
Yeah, Asen Harper went 95 yards on the triple option, and I tell you what, showed some speed there, and again, so this game finishes at 61-0 for North Judson. The running clock in the second half, but again, give that second unit of North Judson, and Asen Harper would be the third-string quarterback,
right,
as a freshman. But the second-string defense doing a good job. Gave up the long drive, but they bent, but they didn't break there inside the 5-yard line and had a goal line stand.
Well, a tough night for the South Central Satellites, but business as usual for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, 61-0. Let's go ahead and listen back into Max 98.3 FM while we collect our thoughts and get ready for the Collins Insurance postgame show. Here is Max 98.3 FM's Tony the Boss, Ross, and crew. It's Mark Caden, Doug Griffiths, and our old friend Scott Masters.
Shores of Lake Michigan, Lake Maxicukee.
You called it Lake Michigan earlier. But
hey, listen, I've been up now for 16 hours. I'm done. I'm spent. It's 41-32. Culver Military Academy with the lead over the Knox Redskins. It was a very offensive first half. You've seen, one touchdown in the second?
Yeah. Sort of boring. But here comes the second one.
That's right. The Redskins are now in a first and goal situation, and the ball right at the 2-yard line. Let's see if Knox can punch it in. It's got a little chilly out, hadn't it? A lot of people now bundled up. Great representation of Redskin fans across the way. It's not a far drive to Culver. And when you got a good team like this, they need to be supporting. And these kids are worth it.
Yeah, this is an exciting team.
And, of course, the Eagles the same way. First time the Eagles have started their season 2-0 in a handful of years. So here we go. First and goal from the 2. Redskins. They bunch it up a little bit. McLaughlin. He will take it, hand it off. Conroy cuts it in. Touchdown, Redskins. And now it's a 41-38 affair.
Comes that 2-point conversion. Attempt.
It is just tough to stop this running game. And I've been impressed with this offensive line of Knox. I mean, you don't do this without being about as dominant as one can be, like this Knox offensive line has been. They're going for 2. There's the snap to McLaughlin. Can he get in? He lowers his head and gets into the end zone. And the Redskins are now down 41-40. The 2-point conversion is good. All right, folks, sit back. Relax or try to relax. We got a great fourth quarter coming your way.
Quite a matchup going on at Max 98.3 FM. That's Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR with the boss, Tony Ross. We always say feel free to jump back and forth between us and them. There's always bound to happen a good game on either one of our stations. Our game got a little bit of away from the South Central Satellites, Chris, but looks like that CMA-Knox matchup is one for the ages.
Yeah, 41-40. Like I said, it's going to come down to who has the ball last.
Well, we're going to take a break and come back. The Collins Insurance post-game show is up next. We have some work to do. We've still got to come up with our Stark County Co-op play of the game, as well as our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, as the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat the South Central Satellites 61-0. The Collins Insurance post-game show is on the way.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years' experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
The key to high-yielding crops is accurate and dependable soil testing. This is Andy Awald of Farm Fertilizers and Seeds. Having the right information to make the most profitable fertility decisions is what Image Services from Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is all about. We combine cutting-edge technology and computerized record-keeping with a common-sense approach to soil sampling and fertilizer recommendations. Whether it be by management zone for field-level applications or grid-based for variable rate applications, count on Image Services by Farm Fertilizers and Seeds for your soil service needs this fall.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
Tough night for the South Central Satellites as they fall to the number 1 ranked team in 1A, the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays 61-0. As we talk with sports analyst Chris McGowan, that's tough for the Satellites, but they saw a very good team, and now they know from here on out what they have to bring each night if they're going to want to, try to compete.
Yeah, compete in 1A. So, you can watch the number 1 team on tape and try to emulate that, or you can actually get shown. And South Central was. Got it up close and personal tonight. But again, North Judson early and often. I think they had just the one punt, and that was in the second half with the number 2s and 3s in for North Judson. So, again, just a great ball game for North Judson. Come out and took care of business, and not very many penalties. So I'm sure Coach Lambert will be happy about that. And they did not turn the ball over.
No, they did not, and they only punted once.
Yeah, the one time.
So, business as usual for the Blue Jays. But I wanted to say it's starting to feel like fall now, Chris. It's 59 degrees here in Union Mills, and that breeze.
Yeah, me and Coach Schoaf were actually talking about that before the game.
It feels like football.
I said, it might get a little chilly tonight. And he goes, yeah, it's football weather. And I said, well, yeah, but usually we get this about week 5, not week 3.
Right, yeah, I know. Well, we're going to take a break and come back. Our Stark County Co-op play of the game is next. Then our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game will break in and listen to that game on Max 98.3 FM here in a little bit. The last score update we had was CMA 41, Knox 40. So we'll check in with Tony the Boss, Ross, and crew in a little bit. But up next, our Stark County Co-op play of the game. You're listening to the Collins Insurance postgame show on KVB's WKVI.
It's hard to believe, but time sure does fly by. Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox are celebrating over 30 years of taking care of all of your insurance needs in our communities.
If I could turn back time.
And we're not going anywhere. Stop in and see Jim and the crew at Collins Insurance Agency in downtown Knox. Insurance you can count on from a business you've trusted since 1989. Proud presidential partners of Western Reserve.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Let's return to the voices of WKVI Sports, Mitch Columbi and Chris McGowan.
LAP Waste is a woman-owned waste management company. Quick, reliable, next-day delivery service for dumpsters and containers. Get rid of your waste as easy and efficiently as possible. Call them at 574-540-4019 and waste less with LAP Waste. Zingo Express of Knox is also a proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Expressway. Hey, it is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and they are part of this broadcast as well, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. We thank them as well for being part of this historic tradition. Your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. What is our Stark County Co-op play of the game in this one tonight, Chris?
You got to start with the opening kickoff. Josiah McDaniel taking it 90-plus yards to the house, and that just set the tone early because after that it was early and often for North Judson. But again, I think the play of the game, that opening kickoff that Josiah McDaniel had, taking it to the house.
Miraculous return as we really, literally just lifted off, and Josiah McDaniel took it and ran with it as he is our Stark County Co-op play of, or he did the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Osborne Advantage Real Estate is a proud sponsor of local high school sports and would love the opportunity to make you feel right at home in Stark County. Call them today at 574-896-2567. Finally, Sideline Automotive is a hometown proud auto care shop, recently voted Stark County's best for tires and oil changes. Call Joe today at 574-249-5537. Hey, stop by Papa Farm Pizza after the game for fresh ingredients that separates their pizza from any others. That's Papa Farm Pizza, downtown Knox. Call 574-772-5888 to place your order now. Ashley Derrickson, 5-star player of the game, on the way. This is the Collins Insurance post-game show on KVB's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch?
Hey, thanks, John. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson-San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owner serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
What are you thinking, Chris?
I tell you what, standing here and going back and thinking about the game, what North Judson was able to do offensively. How do you single out one player? So I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm actually going to go defense.
Okay.
I started thinking North Judson had 3 interceptions. Back when I played, if we had 3 interceptions in a game, the secondary got to go out for pizza. I don't know if that's still a tradition.
Maybe it should be.
It should be, yeah. I'll have to ask Coach Lambert in the morning if that's still a tradition at North Judson. So I started thinking about, okay, do I do the secondary? Because how do you single out one kid?
Right.
And then I'm thinking, well, if I do the secondary, how do you not say something about the front 7 that's putting the pressure? So I'm going the entire North Judson-San Pierre defense.
Wow.
Okay, I'm the
all
total
11.
All 11, the total team effort here. You got the defensive end, C.J. Sanchez and Caden Johnson, nose tackle Cole Kozakar, the inside linebackers Cole Wilcox, Brock Benson, the outside linebackers Trey McGowan, Grayson McDaniel, the corners Ethan Hack and Logan Pratke, and the safeties Josiah McDaniel and Aiden Christensen. I'm going the entire North Judson-San Pierre defense to get a shutout. To come in on the road.
Conference.
Yeah, start the conference. So again, the 3 interceptions. But again, those 3 interceptions were caused too by the pressure that the inside linebackers and the front 3, the interior 5, that North Judson and that 3-4 defense was able to put on the South Central quarterback.
Well, congratulations to the entire defense for the North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays, as they are named our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the games. We look around our other area teams. The West Central Trojans end up winning 24-12 over Tri-County. That's nice. 2 wins in a row. They go to 2-1. Culver unfortunately loses to their cross-county rival, the Triton Trojans, 49-8. They go to 1-2 on the year. The Winnemac Warriors unfortunately fall to Pioneer on the road. 35-0 was the final. The Warriors will now be 1-1. And then what we want to do now is check in with the Culver Military Academy Knox matchup. Keener Construction is proud to be a Knox Redskin alum. They are excited to witness the Redskins take the field each week this season. Call Chad Keen at Keener Construction today for all your construction needs at 574-806-1387. Let's go ahead and listen in to Tony the Boss Ross and crew on our other station, KVB's WYMR.
Somebody needs to make a play for this defense. You can't get any defense penetration. Just somehow that Knox line just blocks so well.
Same formation. Webb is on that right wingback look. And McLaughlin again gets the snap, tucks and runs off the guard, up the middle. He's going to get up to the 45. That's close to a first down, and it will be a first down for the Redskins.
Tony, next time they line up, look how compact the CMA defense is, too. I mean, it's everybody's within 3 or 4 yards of each other, but Knox just manages to find a way to push that ball down the field every time.
Well, it's technique, man. I'm telling you, it is fundamental technique work by the linemen. They practice that every day. It was so fun to watch that earlier this week when I had a chance to scout them. Just in step. Once again, 1st and 10 from the 45. It's going to be a run here for Conroy, and he's going to belly up to the 48-yard line on that carry. So about a 3-yard carry there. 2nd and about 7 coming up here.
Just grinding up the clock here, getting ready to go under 5 minutes on this snap.
No hurry.
Yeah, just they're playing down with confidence.
Yeah. 41-40. Culver Military Academy with the lead, under 5 minutes to go in game. Same formation. McLaughlin awaits for the snap, got it. Now he's going to tuck and run. Starts right side, slithered through until 2 Eagles got him, and Leverett being the man who's going to drag him down. So the Texas native makes a stop on McLaughlin after about a 6-yard gain. Goodness gracious. That kid is... Boy, Knox fans, you are spoiled. Spoiled to watch this young man put on this kind of performance every game.
Still got a year to go.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'm happy, and I don't get a chance to do a lot of the Knox Redskin games. It'll be Walker off to the left. McLaughlin and Conroy. Here's the snap. Conroy goes in motion. McLaughlin keeps the ball, runs it up the gut, sheds one tackle, goes to the 45 and dropped at the 44-yard line. That's close to a first down, and I think they're going to give it to him. And yes, they will. And the Redskins are grounding and pounding their way downfield as they're in CMA real estate at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, you got a lot of CMA players with their hands on their hips.
And you betcha.
A little bit
Things
tired.
are looking very, very exciting in that matchup on Max 98.3 FM. We invite you to jump over to our other station, KVB's WYMR. That game sounds like it's going down to the wire there, Chris.
Yeah, again, CMA holding on to that 41-40 lead, but Knox driving there with just under 5 minutes to go. So, again, like I said, it could come down to the Eagles having the last possession.
Well, KVB's WKVI Sports is back in action next Friday as we will be in Knox, Indiana to see the Knox Redskins host the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. We will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. That's right here on 99.3 FM and streaming throughout the world on WKVI.com. We also remind you to join us tomorrow morning on the Saturday Sports Line, the longest-running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to our very own Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, on 99.3 FM and online at WKVI.com. If you ever miss the Saturday Sports Line, we remind you of the replay of the Saturday show every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Hey, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram at WKVI Sports, on X at KVB Sports, and on Facebook at Sports to the Max for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Chris.
Domination.
Yeah.
I mean, from start to finish, North Judson came out with something to prove and proved it. But again, a lot cleaner from last week to this week, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Lambert will be happy to talk about tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you've seen the Jays 3 weeks in a row now.
I'll be seeing them next week as well, and the week after.
No, you're not. You're going to be with me in Knox. I want you with me.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to give my age away, but we got a little reunion going on at North Judson.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Forgot about that.
Darn. So I'm going to have to figure something out. Well, I have Isaac Blue from First Farmers Bank and Trust, so he's going to join me up in the booth. I forgot you weren't going to be on the field. I'm sorry, Chris.
That's all right.
You're being honored.
30 years, man. 30-year
class reunion.
30-year class reunion. That's
so
all
you
I
have
am.
to be at Judson
yes,
next
I
week.
am.
So we will get reports from you.
Yes, I'm an
My
old man.
apologies. I
That's
forgot.
all right. Yeah.
Got 100 things going on.
But I tell you what, though, North Judson will be taking on North Miami. It's homecoming. And North Miami just upset Sheridan last week. So
wow.
That might be a good one.
Well, we'll have all of that on tap next week as our final tonight from the Launchpad in Union Mills. The North Judson-San Pierre Blue Jays beat South Central 61-0. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School football. For our sports analyst Chris McGowan, our in-game announcer John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School football on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver's Portside Marina, Nepco, Crane and Equipment Services, McGrath Refrigeration, Farm Fertilizers, Web Printing and JT Shirt Shack, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Kankakee Valley REMC, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Osborne Advantage Real Estate, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Keener Construction, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Sideline Automotive, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, LAP Waste, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports and helping continue the tradition on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Touchdown!